It's episode 621, we think, of the Working Class Bowhunter podcast. Doug, you're looking fine.
Thank you.
You're looking chipper.
Eric, you're looking good too.
Thanks, brother. You are too.
But not as good looking as these strange women we just found outside. And we're going to let them introduce themselves. That was offensive already, wasn't it?
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Was it?
No.
Okay. We'll start with you.
Are you guys offended?
A little bit. It's going to take a lot more than that.
This is going to be a rowdy one. Well, just introduce yourselves so the fine people at home, while they're welding or truck driving or blacksmithing. There's some blacksmiths, of course, that listen, I'm sure.
There's got to be, right?
Like one, probably. So they
Making
don't-
horseshoes and whatnot.
Yeah. You know, whatever anvils and whatever blacksmiths make.
Hammers.
Hell yeah.
Just introduce yourselves and we'll go around the table.
Dori Sell, Central Wisconsin.
Taylor Whitman, I'm Northern Wisconsin.
Sami Halbrook now, I guess. Northeastern Wisconsin.
Okay. Wisconsin.
Bunch of Wisconsins.
In the building.
How'd you get here?
What happened?
Uber, you know?
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to start this off. This is how this is where this podcast had to happen. So we were at Deer Fest last year in Oshkosh. Doug and I and Jordan were holding down the fort.
Mm-hmm.
And we're sitting there, and
I had a good excuse why I wasn't there.
yeah, you're having a kid or something.
having a
no
child.
big deal. The strange woman walked up to us and was like, "Dick sucking girls," and I was like, "Yo, my bad. It was a joke. It was a joke."
Calm down.
AKA DSG is what I call DSG, which is actually stands for do something good. And I actually had guilt fill my body for about 0.5 seconds. And I was like, all right, she thinks it's funny because you're like, I'm just fucking with you. That's pretty funny. And then that's how this happened, really. That's the start of this.
Yeah, and then you were like, hey, would a group of you want to come down? And I was like, yeah, you probably just asks everybody, like, to come down on the podcast. And I was like, yeah, nothing's going to come of this. And then you, like, messaged me again, and I was like, oh, shit, this is really happening. Yeah, sure,
It's
of
happening.
course.
Yeah.
So
We're podcast sluts, as some of the people like to
We'll
say.
literally
in the
talk to
industry.
anyone.
it's fine.
Yeah,
Honored.
we're desperate. No, that's a joke. That's a joke, Tom. I think you guys are legit women outdoorsmen, as contradictory as that sounds, because I hate the term huntress. I really do.
Oh, yeah.
You not okay. Not all right. Round.
Not a
Nope,
fan.
not good.
No
you
one
don't
likes
like
it?
No, there's such a bad name to it.
because of Instagram,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, 100%.
hard pass.
Because you guys all kind of like squirmed when I said huntress, and you guys all did
just
it
the
again.
word.
That's kind of fun.
It
Huntress.
doesn't
like
even sound
moist.
bad when you say it.
It's
It's more.
It's
Huntress.
moist. Okay.
It's moist.
Huntress.
Oh.
Hard pass.
Okay.
No, thank you.
So you outdoors.
It's like
men,
a
women.
snake farm.
Just sounds nasty. Pretty much is.
Nasty.
You know that song?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. You passed. No, I think you guys are legit. I think you guys actually spend time outside, off of Instagram.
Not just for photos.
From my perspective, you guys kill deer. You guys fish. You do the thing.
All the things. Even beekeep, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So let's
Hobbies.
just cut into some shit. Let's start with bees.
What do you
And
want to know?
Let's start with bees. You brought us a jar of honey, and you're like, "Yeah, I got bees." I'm like,
Yeah.
Sick.
All right.
It's like, from where?
My backyard. Well, no, so my bees I keep at my grandpa's house. So he has been a beekeeper.
So they sting him.
Yeah, basically, because he
Nice.
doesn't wear a suit. So I will always suit up so that I don't get stung. And the one time I didn't, I did get stung. And
What an old timer thing.
Yeah.
Suits. I don't need those.
They were for bitches.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's literally what he said. He's like, I'm no pussy, it's fine. And I'm like, okay, Grandpa, but I'm not getting stung, so it's fine.
Like, you don't
So-
get stung at all with one of them suits on?
No.
Oh, wow.
I just got a new one for Christmas too, so it like actually fits me because I was wearing his old suit from like when he actually wore a suit, so I'd have to like,
Taped
47.
together.
yeah. Well, but it's super like love it, appreciate it. Didn't get stung in it, but I had to like put ponytail holders around the ankles because he's like a couple inches taller than me, and I didn't want the bees coming out my suit. So
You guys got to come to our bow shoot in June and talk to our buddy Gino. He's just gotten the bees.
Big bee guy.
Okay.
And he's-
Big guy.
I'll talk bees.
Yeah, so you like that. So you're putting honey together and whatever else bees do, and
You kind of just you can set them and forget them in a way, kind of. So you like get them early spring and you put them in their hive, and you go and you do hive checks to make sure that they're pulling the comb out and all of that. And then as there's 10 frames in a box, and as they fill like 70% or like 7 of their frames, then you add another box, and
oh really?
you kind of watch it, and it's a give and take.
They just do bee
So
things.
weird.
They just do their thing.
I don't
That-
trust them.
That's pretty cool. Doug doesn't trust snakes, bees, or
No,
and
I'm
what
fine with
else?
snakes. Wasps and bees. I don't
Rattlesnakes, condoms, and what else?
trust them. Bees.
Bees.
Okay, nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
You're a bee girl.
Yep.
You're a beatrice,
Beekeeper.
beekeeper.
Yeah.
Beekeeper.
Beatrice.
Beekeeper. You can find me in the garden. I do a lot of canning in the summer. Lots of dilly beans, lots of salsa, all the things.
Damn.
If I'm not on the boat or I'm outside all the time.
You're an
So,
outdoor woman.
Yeah.
Not a huntress.
Nope.
Outdoor woman.
Yep.
Diesel Queen. I know you're outside a lot.
I am outside a lot.
What do you like to do?
Mostly I just fish or hunt. That's about it.
Okay, let's get into some
Waiting
details.
for one or the other. So
Bow hunting, gun hunting.
I prefer the bow.
Yeah.
What's better, hunting or
Gun
fishing?
hunting, Fishing.
Yeah, you guys
Sorry.
are. So we're getting into fishing heavy because you guys are all
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
You're
like,
on the fishing team.
Yeah,
everybody's
correct.
into the fishing game pretty heavily.
Yep.
You guys all pick fishing over hunting?
Now, yes.
I don't know. That's tough.
When I moved,
All right.
yes.
What's with fishing?
Yeah, what's up with the deal?
When
It's
it-
easier, huh?
When it's not hunting season, ice fishing is the best.
But Dori just killed a really good buck and a bear
And
this
a bear.
year.
I did.
So that's why she's like,
I'm like kind of hemming
like
and
both.
hawing. Like 2023 is gonna be a really hard year to top. Like
yeah, yeah.
got a PB largemouth bass. I shot a
Personal
PB
best, Cash.
Yeah, personal best bass, buck, bear,
All the bees.
muskie. I had a really good year for honey. So it's like I don't. It's gonna be
Okay.
hard to top.
All right, we're gonna get to you and all these
That's
PBs. Let's break her down.
Oh, jeez. What do you want to know?
Fishing over hunting. You're going fishing, huh?
I am.
You know
I'm a
you're on the
fishing girl.
working class bow hunter.
That is correct. I do love my bow hunting. It's kind of what zens me out in the fall.
Mm-hmm,
Otherwise, you know,
Give it to us.
There's
Give
only-
us some shit. Talk some shit here. Why is fishing better than bow hunting?
Yeah, what's with fish?
Be honest with us. You can. We're here for you.
so I can fish longer during the year than I can hunt.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
And personally, this year I didn't get to do a whole lot of bow hunting. I switched
Why?
jobs in the spring,
Mm-hmm.
so I drove truck all summer, and that was
Ah.
12, 14-hour days. So I didn't really I didn't have cameras out. I didn't have anything out this year.
Yeah.
And the few times I sat, saw a couple, and it was just a really slow deer year.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay,
I think
fair.
a lot of people had that issue, especially in my area.
Yeah. I mean, we don't hear much about Wisconsin. I heard it a little bit in like central-ish Illinois. Like deer numbers were down, or people just weren't seeing the quality of deer they wanted to hunt. Fair assessment. We're not here to razz you. We're just trying to get your take. You know, that's fair. And then we'll circle back and
Then we'll razz you.
Then we'll razz you. Yes,
Then you'll razz
the
us.
razzing is yet to come. Where are you at? You're leaning fishing.
Now, yes. When I lived in like central Wisconsin, my bow stand was like 200 yards out my back door. So it was easy. And I'm a nurse. So when I go to work, I'm gone 14, 15 hours a day. So when I'm off, I try to be outside as much as possible because where I'm at, there's no windows. So
Oh, yeah, so you're-
nothing what's going on outside.
Yeah.
But then when I moved up with my husband, we're 15 minutes from pretty much every boat launch we use. So it's just a lot easier to get to the water. And on my boat, where I hunt, is an hour and a half away.
Yeah. Accessibility is there.
Accessibility is a big one. And then this year, same thing with work. I got out maybe 10 times bow hunting. And I watched a deer get shot as it was coming to me, which was a
You got
fun
robbed.
experience. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All fair assessments here.
You.
I would have said it's because these bitches don't know how to kill deer, but that'd be wrong.
You're thinking it.
I want you guys to give me shit back. Don't let me give you shit and then make me feel bad.
I mean, I shot a deer, so I know how to shoot them.
Yeah, I'm looking at everybody else in here. It's like I said that I'm like, huh, and everyone's like, I'm not saying nothing back. I'm like, all right, I'm a dick. It sounded way worse than you guys.
Yeah, that
That's
was
the
very
ultimate
mean,
comeback
Kurt.
is saying nothing. Like, all right, my bad. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, you had a killer year killing bears and deer.
Yeah, it was good. It was one weekend. So I went and bear opened on a Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. So
Is it hard to draw a bear tag where you're at?
where I was, it was 13 years.
Holy smokes.
shit.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I waited 13 years for this tag. Like, we had a buddy. We'll run dogs because I can appreciate a working dog. We've got 2 labs that I love watching like run pheasants and stuff like that. And so we're like, oh, we'll run hounds. Like that'd be cool to see. We go. And we kept running like really small bears, like 100-pounders. We ran one bear for probably like 20 some miles, 22 miles.
Jesus.
And at that point, it's like, okay, that bear's never gonna tree. Like it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So that's what you do when you run dogs is you wait for them to tree and then you go shoot them?
Yeah. So we the first weekend we let the dogs loose on a bait pile. They ran the bear. If they finally treat it, we trek into where they were. It was probably like half-mile hike in. And I've got my bow and I'm all jacked because I was gung-ho on only shooting the bear with a bow. I was like, I waited this long for the tag.
Yeah,
like,
no
I
kidding.
don't...
Yeah.
Not to say that, like, shooting a bear with a gun is a cop-out, but I felt like I don't know. I just felt like I could do it with a bow and I needed to prove it to myself. So we walk in and I look at this bear and it's like up in the tree and I was like, this bear is no bigger than me. And I'm like 100 pounds soaking wet. I was like, I am not. That bear is so small. Like, I don't need to be able to like throw it over my shoulder.
This bear's in my weight class. I have to fight it.
Yeah. I was like, that's not going to
Hold my bow.
happen. Yeah. So I'm like, no.
Watch this.
Come down here, you bitch.
Like, no, I'm not going to shoot it.
Roll your sleeves up.
Pull the dogs off, walk back out. We go and run another bait and just didn't find one that was big enough. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So that was like, and then we got rained out the next 2 days. And it was just kind of like, oh, what did I get myself into? Like,
How long is the bear season?
It's about a month if I'm not mistaken. So
I'm surprised the tag is like that difficult to draw.
it's
You
in
gotta
that
build up points.
Yeah, that unit
why?
is really bad.
Oh,
So
it's unit specific?
yeah, so like
Is that for residents only?
No.
No, I think non-residents can do Wisconsin, but I don't know all the unit breakdown.
but like so there's like A, B, C, and D. And so like C, you can't run dogs at all. You can only sit. And every other year, so like sitters will go first one year, dogs will go first the next year, and then so like dogs ran first this year, so we got the first week of bear season only for dogs. There were no sitters. Like you weren't allowed to sit in the woods on like bait piles and stuff like that.
But you can bait the whole season?
Yeah.
Is there a restriction to like baits in Wisconsin? What type of baits? Probably per unit, but like, because I know in some places in Wyoming, and I mean, I don't expect you to know all these because it took you 13 years to draw the damn tag.
Yeah,
So
like
you're-
my dad was putting in points for me before I even decided like,
Oh, rad.
like
That's
it was one
awesome.
of those things, right? So my dad had
Rad.
always put points in for me and he was like, hey, this year you'll probably be able to pull. And then like we were getting married and stuff like that. And it was like, okay, it's not like the best year, but the minimum I believe in that unit is probably like 12 years. So
That's crazy.
I gave it a grace year because the guys that we were running with, they couldn't like run and we're like, oh, sitters go first. So let's wait a year and go from there. So
That's wild. That's
Yeah.
wild. Well, mad props because I feel like most people would have had an opposite mindset of like, all right, it took me 13 years to draw this tag. I'm gonna do it with a gun, so I know I feel it.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, but
I can see that.
The thought process goes probably. I can see both sides of it.
But you only had a month, though, so was there a point where you're like, okay, if it gets to the last week, am I going to take a gun?
I'm just
So-
gonna start blasting.
Fun fact. There was a Wisconsin State chili cook-off, like the first or second weekend in Wisconsin.
Gotta make that.
Yeah. Well, no. So I'm.
Bears
fun
love
fact.
chili.
It's a Bloody Mary competition that we had to go to. My grandmothers were making
So,
Bloody Marys for
And
50
cheese.
years. Yeah, I don't know. It's something like Wisconsin people would
I
do.
sit on the board to
The chili
fundraise
cook-off?
for the chili cook-off with Rotary Club for Work. So I spent all summer planning this big chili cook-off. It's a huge fundraiser for us. All this sorts of things. So I was like, ideally, I shoot my bear this first weekend, and then I'll be able to make chili cook-off because
It's
I'm like,
bear meat in the chili.
Yeah, plot twist. But
Got weights and fish.
but so I was like, yeah, I'll shoot it, and then I'll go, and everything will be like.
But if you don't
hunky-dory.
fill your tag, do you go to the chili cook?
And that's what happened. So I didn't
You
fill my
fuck that
tank the
chili
first
cook-off.
weekend.
Fuck chili.
So I took off work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We had also Saturday and Sunday to hunt, and then I had to go back to work. And then we ended up going back up to bear camp Friday night after work. And I was like, hopefully I get it done. Like, I don't know what's going on because Jimmy was going to be in Canada the following weekend. And they're like, well, you can come up without him. And I was like, yeah, but I waited like so long for this tag. Like, I kind of want I want my husband there when I shoot this
Kinda.
bear.
Freaking Jimmy.
Damn it, Jimmy.
Every time.
Jimmy.
It's always Jimmy's fault.
Ruining the chili cook-off.
So Miss Chili Cook-Off, end up like running a really small bear that morning that I ended up shooting my bear. So Saturday morning, that following weekend, and we were actually running a bear. We were in the middle of running a bear, and we're like, this bear is like, it is in like the teens of miles that it has already run today. Like, we're not gonna tree it.
Do you have a question?
Yeah.
How, when you say like it's running 20 miles, how do you do that across like private land boundaries with dogs? Like, do you just deal with it? Like, what's the?
People don't like you.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Just asking.
You know.
I mean, you try to pull the dogs off, but there's only so much that you can do.
Hey, will you put your phone on the ground or airplane mode for me, please? So yeah, I was curious. People hate you.
Yeah, it wasn't great, and it was super stressful actually. Like so you're sitting in the truck and you're running all of these logging roads, and you're watching the dogs on the GPS, like on the dash, and you're like, oh, well, they're like heading for a major highway. Like, let's hope.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So you're like driving down a highway, and you're like, okay, they're coming close. They're like 0.2 miles from the highway, so you're like on the shoulder. We had a couple vehicles, so they had like their hazards on, and everybody at that point was ready to bail out to like grab dogs because the barrel run.
They're heading
and
to
then,
the chili cook-off.
Clearly.
Yeah, there's no cars on the road.
Yeah, it's fine. So we were ready to grab dogs, and it was so stressful.
That would be stressful. I don't like that.
So what if they?
Like, they're not even my dogs, and I was stressed out. I was
Well,
like,
they're working for you.
yeah,
you
and I
know?
was like, the last thing I want is someone's dog to get hurt. Like, because I'm a big dog person, and I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And they're like, it's fine. It's part of it. And I was like, oh, is it?
We don't
though?
really love these dogs that much. You kind of have to like have that relationship. I feel like with working dogs, like
Yeah. They're a tool.
Yeah, like Trey's dogs, they chase after mountain lions. Those dogs are tiny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what happens if he's like, wow, that they get caught? They get caught. He goes, that sucks. I'm bummed, but
Right.
Like,
yeah,
it's
you
part
almost
of
have to
it.
be like, you have to treat them like bastard children a little bit. I feel like. What?
Redheaded.
Redhead stepchildren.
Yep.
I didn't say that. I said bastard children. We all know what I'm saying.
Same thing.
It's fine.
Everybody that
My
has a lot of
sisters
kids
are redheads.
has, she's a bastard child. It's like, I'm just kidding. I didn't mean that. Shout out to you. You're listening. What's up? I don't mean anything I say. Okay,
That's fine.
continue on. Dogs, the highway.
But so the dogs are on the highway. We were getting ready to bail out, and then all of a sudden you see them just like turn back into the public, and you're like, okay, well that makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
And we finally get to a point. It's like probably 2, 3 in the afternoon, and they had been running like all morning since like legal time, and I was like, oh boy, like this is what we're doing. Like, it's gonna be another small bear. So we end up like pulling them off. We end up going, and we go hang a stand, and we're sitting on a bait, and all of a sudden I'm tired because bouncing around the back of a truck takes a lot out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm standing in my stand, and I'm doing one of these, and I'm like leaning against the tree, and I'm like, oh, I should sit. Like, I'm gonna fall asleep leaning against this tree. So I go to sit, and Jimmy's like above me a little bit. He goes, there's a bear, and he like saw it, and I was like, my heart just like came up into my throat. I was like, oh my God, like it is go time. Like, I don't even know how big this bear is. Like, I don't even care.
I'm shooting this bastard.
Yeah, I was like, this is game on, right?
You're dead.
And we had a no sows
Bye-bye.
rule.
No sows rule.
Yeah, in camp, and I was like, okay, like I can respect that. It's not my camp. I don't do this all the time. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, I've waited a while for this tag, and so we're there, and like I can like my heart's right here. I can hear my heart in my ears, and I'm like, okay, I need to like calm down. Like, this is gonna go like one of two ways.
Yeah, get it together.
Yeah, and so I watched this bear come in, and it's got another bear behind it, and they're like kind of playing, and then I hear a twig snap behind me, and there's another twig snapping in front of me, and at one point we had 6 bears around us, and this one is just like playing in the bait, and I was like, oh my God, it's so cute, and I like catch myself like saying this internally. I was like,
You're going soft.
yeah, I was like, I can't tell
got
myself
soft.
that it's cute. Like, I get to harvest this animal, and if I like
Kill
get
it.
in that,
Just say kill.
yeah,
Murder.
I get to
Yeah, murder.
That's a bit harsh, but
That was a little harsh.
I had to bring it back the other way after the cute thing.
well, that's where I was like in my head. I was like,
yeah.
shit, I gotta pull together. I'm gonna shoot this.
I'm an assassin.
bear.
I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're saying though. Like I think every hunter kind of like, I'm joking around, right? But
Yeah.
like relates to kind of where your mindset was.
Yeah, and I'm like watching this bear, right? So it's like in the bait, and it's like eating the wafers that we put in this log, and I'm like, oh my gosh, have fun! Like, it's living its best life. I'm like, oh no,
Sweet.
no.
Till now.
Yeah. But I'm
Till I
like
grab my
standing
bow.
in the chair, standing in the stand, and I'm like, oh gosh, okay. And then, so it's laying down, and I didn't want to shoot it laying down, and it stands up, and we have it on video too, and I just like, I pull back, and you hear Jimmy go, shoot whenever you're ready. Just like take a deep breath or something along those lines. I didn't even hear him when he's talking to me. Like I just like I pulled back and I was like in the zone.
Shut up, Jimmy.
Not now, damn it.
I pull back and I ended up double lunging it. And it was at like 13 yards. So it was like a close shot, but it was pretty cool. And then it didn't go very far, but it's not like a whitetail, right? Where it's just like you shoot it and it bleeds.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, they got spongy hair.
Yeah, and so we didn't find blood for the first couple, like 20, 30 yards. And I was like, oh my God, what did I do? Like, did I make a bad shot? Like, just like doubting myself. But yeah, I had to like talk myself down off the edge because I watched this bear for probably like 15, 20 minutes before I got to shoot it. And I was like, I'm going to puke. And I say that in the video. Like, he gives me nuts. And I, like, turn around. I was like, I'm going to puke. Like,
That's awesome.
Just Ralph.
Well,
But-
I can kind of relate. Like, especially up there, it's like, it doesn't sound like it's like a, it's full of opportunity for a bear that's shootable.
Yeah.
Really. And plus, a 13-year.
Yeah, there was
Preference
a
point.
lot of.
It's not a
That's
guaranteed
pressure,
tag.
yeah.
It doesn't sound like.
No.
Yeah, bears are. I've killed 2 bears. I feel like they're hard to judge. I sat and looked at my bear this last spring, and I'm like, I don't know if it's big or not.
Yeah.
I've never seen a bear.
Yeah,
I saw one bear and it just happened to be a Mondo.
Yeah, Doug's got a Boone and Crockett bear, potentially. Lucky bastard.
That's awesome.
But they're hard to judge. Like,
They're
big bear.
super hard.
and even then, they're a black blob.
Yeah.
Yep.
And when you're drawn back and you're settling your pin, you're almost like, you have to come off your peat and be like, yeah, I'm where I want to be, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
And I shoot mine middle of the middle. I don't know how you aimed, but I've always been told middle of the body.
Really?
Yeah, middle of the middle.
This is going to sound really bad, but I shot it like a whitetail. I was like, well, I know they got like a little bit bigger, like a shoulder blade, so I'll just go a little further back and like.
Give her the beans.
But sounds
Yeah,
like-
I did. And I
Yeah.
ended up having a double lung and
Money.
pass through at 40-pound weight. That's all I'm pulling back. And I was like, cool.
You got to pass through.
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
I learned they're thin-skinned, and so I don't do middle of the middle. I do middle of the middle and then like forward like a few inches.
Okay.
So maybe that's back lung, or maybe that's double lung. I don't fucking know.
we don't know bears.
It
We don't know
died.
bears.
Yeah.
I've killed 2 bears,
Yeah.
2 out of 2, but to me it's weird.
It was-
aiming at them.
It was very weird. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I filled my tag. Like the
Yeah, it's
bear,
awesome.
The bear meat's great for tacos.
Yeah. So are you gonna mount them?
Chili?
Yeah, we got a shoulder
Full-
mount coming.
Shoulder
so,
mount. Cool.
Yep.
Awesome.
So
Well,
ended
congrats.
up. Thank you. He ended up being about 150 dressed. So,
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Kick ass.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you. Congrats.
Jet black.
thank you. Jet black.
Even better.
He's
No
got
white
like
spot?
He's got a little itty bitty one, but his nose is brown too.
Oh, cool.
So
It's a brown noser.
I lost my bear slipped from this last spring.
Oh, it did? Shit fuck.
Son of a
rug.
bitch.
No rug. That's all right.
next time.
We'll kill more. They're just
Yeah.
big dogs.
Big
Well-
raccoons.
They're awesome.
They are cool. Bears are cool.
I don't know. Never seen.
Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to jump. We're going to get back to whitetails, but I want to talk because I don't know shit about fishing at all. And I want you guys to talk
I've
about
caught fish
fishing.
before.
Have
So
you?
Yep.
I for sure I have, yeah.
I for sure have.
I definitely have. I caught some fish in bear camp last year, and I was mad because they weren't friendly fish.
Kurt Dance, right?
Kurt Dance is what they call me in the streets.
In Canada, they call you Kurt Dance.
Just in Canada. I hit the border like
Just
Kurt
in-
Dance.
yeah.
That's
It's
me.
Kurt Dance.
It's Kurt Dance. Oh my
Holy
god.
shit.
I was mad because I couldn't put my hands in any of the fish's mouths that I was catching. They're all really mean fish. I wanted to catch friendly fish. Like I wanted to catch smallies. That's me using Kurt Dance terminology. I don't know if that's correct.
If you know what I mean.
If you know what I'm saying. I like a good smallie myself. But what is your guys' preferred fish? Help me out here. I'm throwing a line.
I'm a crappie girl. I really love.
It's a friendly fish.
It
That
is
is
a
a
friendly
friendly
fish. That one's not going to bite you, but they might stab you a little bit with their little fins.
Okay, where are you at? What's your preferred fish?
Muskies,
Not so friendly.
not friendly.
Okay, why? Why do you like muskies?
So long story short, when I lived in central Wisconsin, I really wanted to catch a muskie. That was like my goal in life.
Is
I
a
wanted to
50-inch
do it.
muskie like the 200-inch whitetail?
Yeah.
Okay.
And those are
See,
like
I know a little bit. I know a little bit.
You're giving
Kurt
more than you
Dance.
give you credit for.
Aren't those like the fish at 10,000 casts or whatever they call it?
A tiger is a 10,000. A regular is, I think, 1,000.
Okay, what's the difference?
It's just a crossbreed between a like a muskellunge and then a northern pike.
Okay, we need to get you guys on Tackle and Tacos, our fishing podcast. They're from Wisconsin.
True story.
Okay, but
Listen
anyway.
to 'em.
Okay, so a muskie and a northern are different fish.
Correct.
And they crossbreed. So
And they
there's like
bang
But
to
they
make a
bang.
tiger.
they get all
Yeah.
weird, intermingled and
They
shit.
do the thing.
They
I want
do
one of
some
those.
swinging
I
every
want a
now and
tiger.
then.
So do tigers get 50 inches?
They can. It's pretty rare. The biggest tiger I think I've seen was a 44.
So if you get like well, I'm guessing a 40 plus tiger, that's like, oh shit.
I think so. I've only been honestly muskie fishing for 3 years, like 3 summers basically. The first year was kind of a wash because it was kind of like learning the equipment,
Yeah.
figuring out what baits I could use, that kind of thing, and just kind of watching my husband kind of do his thing and like teach me everything.
Yeah.
And then this year I learned quite a bit. But I've seen, like I said, I've only seen 2 tigers get caught. Well, 3, I guess. I think so. I caught one in Washington.
See, that seems like a big deal if they're like that
If you
hard
never
to come
see 'em.
by, you know?
Natural ones are. So certain places like Washington, when we went last year, or 2 years ago, they stock that lake with just straight tiger muskie.
High fence! We got weights and fish!
Yes,
Wait a fish.
That's a high fence tiger fishing right there, right?
more or less, yeah. Because they can't breed, so they can definitely control the population in that lake.
Oh.
Which is why that
Oh, they can't breed. It's like a mule.
It's like a mule, yeah.
Yeah.
Mule fish. I hope that I'm just rubbing elbows on the edge of every passionate fisherman's interest, and they're just like, God, that guy sucks.
You're just shaking their tackle boxes.
Yeah, just. Thank you, Doug.
Doug, you're on one
Yeah,
lately.
I killed on
Nailed it.
spot.
Doug can't miss.
Doug's on one.
Okay, so I'm catching the allure. I get it.
Yeah.
So,
The lure? Catching lure?
God damn,
See
we gotta
what you
quit with the
did there?
puns. Quit with the puns.
Too
Go
much?
ahead. Good job, Eric. Good job.
God damn, you didn't even know you did it.
I didn't mean to. So a 50-inch muskie is like the fish.
Yes.
Okay, what's the crappie?
You catch a 15-inch crappie and you're getting up there.
Yeah, it's a big boy.
Okay, what's
So 2-inch
cooler?
whitetail?
What's cooler?
Yeah.
A 15-inch crappie or a 50-inch muskie?
Muskie
Muskie.
for sure.
Man.
I think it depends though. Like open water,
Yeah.
like if I caught a 15, 16-inch crappie through the ice, I'd be screaming.
I'd
Oh,
shit
yeah.
myself.
Yeah, I'd be going ape
Shit
shit,
myself.
like just going nuts.
Okay.
And like my biggest muskie's only like a 40. I think it was 44 3/4.
Okay, so that'd be like a 160-inch whitetail.
I never
More-
caught one.
I don't know, I'm guessing.
Not even
140
40-inch?
inch.
130,
120.
120.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
so
like-
the gap from
It's big.
from 40 to 50-inch muskies like crazy.
It's big, yeah. Like the way when I asked my husband, the way he described it was like, because I was like, you are fucking crazy. Way you fish, like, dude, I just want to go fishing. And then he's like, no, he's like, when I catch a muskie that's big, he goes, it's the closest thing I can get to shooting a trophy whitetail. That's how he described it to me, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, you're still weird, but okay. And then I caught my first one, and I was like, I got it.
You get it.
I get it now.
I get
like,
it.
we're
Yeah.
on it, and
I'm
then
hooked.
literally.
See, it's
I see what you did
Literally.
there.
boys, we gotta cut it out while we're at it.
Jesus.
I don't know
We're-
shit about
hey,
fishing, so
we're
I'm just
winning
throwing
right
puns
now.
out there.
Stop before we start losing. See, I'll be
right,
honest. I'm transparent. I'm a man. I can admit when I'm not confident. I'm fucking scared to death of fish with teeth, dude. They're like, to me, they're like snakes.
You're not
They're like
supposed
sharks?
to put your hands in their mouths.
Well,
Why?
How do you get them?
Yeah.
Are you in
Gill 'em.
See,
Get 'em
that's
in the
real
gill.
close to the mouth. And I feel like one good
Just
whip of
grab.
that.
Give me that.
This is big.
Everyone was ripping me. I caught a little northern and
You lipped them.
You just.
Oh no.
no, I
did.
didn't lip them. I almost lipped a walleye because I thought it was a
no.
smallie. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm not doing this. Fuck fish,
Hey
dude.
guys, I got a
Fuck fish.
smallie. You just blood everywhere.
Northern, it's a snake, dude.
It's a dinosaur.
They're
The slimy
we call
snake.
them slime balls.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
they're snakes.
They're weird.
slimy snakes.
They smell like shit.
And, yes,
they
I'm a
do.
snake. So
Yeah.
I tried to grab this thing and everyone's like making fun of me. I'm like, you fucking grab it. And then I hand it to the dude who like knew fish and he's like, I'm like, pussy, grab it. You know, like, I don't know. I'm not,
Don't know what
I
to do with
respect it.
your
I think
hands.
it's cool, but I'm a pussy when it comes to fishing. I just am.
It's fair.
It's not everyone's cup of tea.
No, but it's something I want to do.
Come up.
See,
by
that's
us.
that's why you ice fish. 'cause
I wanna
there's
ice
There's
fish.
nothing else going on,
It's
so you just
so
sit at the
fun.
hut and you drink beer.
I'm
and
in.
catch like 3 fish.
I'm
We're
in.
going tomorrow.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
are. Come on.
Well,
Oh, that's right.
I'm going
You got
Friday.
stuff to do.
Oh, you ain't gonna be here, so I'm going Friday. Let's go.
I want to go ice fishing.
Let's go.
Come up.
I'm in. I'll do it.
You got a place to stay if you ever come up our way.
I'll do it. I'll just get drunk and fall on the ice.
They're more serious about ice fishing though. We're like 2 inches of ice. We're like, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Really?
don't get me wrong. I was out on 2 inches this
Yeah.
year.
Oh yeah.
I don't like
2
ice.
inches is a lot.
Not nice.
Depends on who
In
you're
ice
asking.
terms, I don't know.
It's been kind
Okay.
of fun because we've actually got like 2 early ice seasons this year after all of it melted off.
I thought you guys
you
didn't
were
get any ice
falling.
yet.
No,
you
we
guys have
did.
ice
Oh no,
now?
we had
it.
we had like 3-4 inches of solid black ice, and then it all melted off because it got up to like 50 degrees.
So is early ice season better than late ice season? It's like
It's just
pre-rut.
fun. It's just so fun.
Chef's kiss.
It is. Literally, it's just
She just.
It's so much fun.
it is.
Have you ever
I'm
fallen
in.
in?
I'll beat the
No,
boat.
knock on wood. Haven't.
Okay. So tell me more about ice fishing. What do I need to know before we go to whitetails? I'm trying to immerse in the culture here. You guys eat cheese curds and Bloody Marys while you're ice fishing?
You
That
can.
sounds
You
fun.
catch fish with cheese curds?
Absolutely not.
I've heard of it with hot dogs. I haven't personally done it.
Hot
but
dogs work.
Hot dogs on tip.
Hot dogs work.
I just
Heard
eat the
it's-
hot dogs.
See, we don't use tip ups. We don't do wussy shit.
Oh, what?
What's Tipo?
Tip
Tip
ups?
ups.
Tip ups.
Tip ups?
Yeah, you set them out and they.
Little
I've
flag.
never even used one. to be honest
Literally,
with you.
the flake,
Yep.
the fish pulls it, and the flake goes up, and then
Then
you,
you run over there and you.
How
many
pull
do you
the
have
full line
out?
up.
You can have 3 lines out per person.
So you hold on to yours like a man?
Yeah, like a fishing pole.
Yeah, I am familiar.
But it's this big.
oh,
Yep.
sounds fun. Okay.
Yeah.
We're in like a Mickey Mouse.
Yeah,
Mickey
yeah, you
Mouse
can take one of those. Yeah.
Very expensive Mickey Mouse pole.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
What
It's
if I
a
catch a
expensive
50-inch
hobby.
muskie off a Mickey Mouse pole?
It happens.
It does.
You'd be surprised.
I'm gonna do it.
Some little kid's like,
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
gets eaten by a muskie.
had
Gets
that
pulled
happen when I
in.
was
That's a
little.
dinosaur fish, right?
That is a dinosaur.
How old is that fish?
Yeah,
if
how
it's
old is that
big?
fish?
So we work with the DNR quite a bit in our muskie club, and they tag the fish in the springtime with us. They set out fike nests and stuff, and some of them are like 20, 30 years old.
Holy
smokes,
shit.
for real?
Yeah, so
They're older than
not-
me.
Yeah, they're not,
Same.
but they're kind of big pussies.
The fish?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they fight so hard that like their fins will turn super red, and you have to revive them.
Like
for
rehabilitate 'em.
sometimes. Yeah. For
Is that
a
why
while.
guys have those big
give 'em
tanks on
mouth
the
to
side of
mouth?
the boats where they put them in and let them like water run through their gills?
Mm-hmm.
So I know a little more than I probably let on. I didn't.
No more than me.
But
I haven't seen one of those. I'm assuming those are
No.
quite expensive. We put them back in, and you kind of just
Do you do like
Let
the,
'em-
you gill them, and you just
Oh.
kind of let them do their thing, and then
Float
eventually
around.
do you
they,
get
you
in the
can kind of
pads?
tell.
Clear.
So what if you're ice fishing? You just plop it back in the hole and hope for the best, or what?
You
Just-
kind of
yeah,
do
slowly.
that as bad as it looks. You do
Oh,
that.
waterboard 'em?
do their thing, and they,
You can't waterboard and they live in water. You dingus.
That's not reviving them. That's relieving them.
So
we jerk them off and send them back.
See, he's fine.
Have a good day.
Jesus
fucked
Christ,
up.
Doug.
Hurry up, get a picture.
Dude, have we not been charged with something by now?
Oh no. Well, if we're not, we have now.
It's interesting to me, man. I think it's cool. Like I it's something I want to do. So my dad was allergic to fish growing up, and so he never did it. But like every time I go like bass fishing,
Oh, it's super
I
fun.
don't catch anything, but I have a great time. All right, so my next question is, all right, crappie. Are you guys bass fishermen?
I do bass in the summer off my kayak.
Okay, so bass to me, not knowing any better, would be like the whitetail of the water. No, crappie is to you.
Smallmouth are a little more. People want the smallmouth more than they want the largemouth, at least in my area.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Yeah, because the largemouth around here are like more. There's a lot more of them than smallmouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the smallmouth are the whitetail of the water in Wisconsin, in your area in Wisconsin.
Muskies.
Okay, maybe that term doesn't apply across the board. If
There's
I'm a
so
guy who
many
wants,
different fish.
if I'm a guy who wants bass and crappie, I'm a game fisherman. Term? Not a term. I'm a.
Try again.
Fisherman.
That's like you're a Great Plains fisherman. You're going for game fish. Game fish?
I'm a mountain fisherman.
Term? Judges?
Game fish is walleye in northern, aren't they?
Love me some
yeah,
walleye.
ones
Yeah.
you can keep.
Oh, I thought game fish would be like bass, crappie,
Well, usually you go off like panfish or
panfish. Yeah.
Panfish are like your
Do
crappies,
you guys
your
have
bluegills.
Westies for fishermen?
Huh?
Fly fishermen are Westies?
Judges,
Yes.
yeah. Fly fishermen.
Fly fishermen are the
Yeah.
Westies.
Yeah, the worst. Am I right? I don't know how.
What's wrong with fly
You're not
fishing?
wrong.
Oh,
Not my cup of tea.
I've never done it, but I would like to do it.
I've never done it.
We
It's
sh-
interesting to me, but
We could make a great video. WCB goes ice fishing in Wisconsin.
just fall in the ice, we
Come
all
on up,
die.
guys.
Come on up.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
die.
in. I'm in. Jordan will come film. We'll make him just film us.
I'll go in the water first.
He falls in
Get a
first.
POV in the water.
Get down in there, man. Get some B-roll from the bottom of the lake.
Get the fish coming up in the line.
Okay. So what I was getting to when I like couldn't figure out the accurate terminology, does someone that's into like smallies and all that shit, do they like muskies and northerns? They hate them. Are they the coyotes of the water?
I'll let you handle that
Huh,
one.
Judd?
no, it's
Wolves. They're the wolves of the water. Okay, we're getting some nods from the
That's-
judges over
so,
there.
I would say that like northern, there are people who are like I like northern, and there are people who are like I absolutely hate northerns.
Yeah.
Because
those
they
are the
eat their
coyotes.
fish.
I would say like coyotes are the northerns.
Yeah.
You
Safe
can
assumption.
eat northerns.
Yeah, they're
can.
really
You
good
can eat
pickled.
Yeah.
I don't eat them because I don't like.
We
to
ate
debone them,
coyotes.
but
Just one time.
Just one time.
But we did it.
We did do it, and it was pretty good. Okay, just curious. I got to learn a little, but you guys are in Wisconsin. That's fishing's more prevalent there. I mean, it's
There's more
popular
water
here.
up there.
Yeah, it's the land of 1,000 lakes, right?
it's Minnesota.
Oh, you guys are the same fucking thing.
10,000.
Whoops.
Are we?
Land of 10,000.
There's a lot of
hotels
lakes,
over
all
there.
Yeah,
right.
you guys got a lot of water up there. Like
fine.
you got those accents are the same. You both say tag in
Bag.
math
Take
class.
bag.
And bull.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't asked us to say
Wisconsin.
bag yet.
Say bag.
Bag.
Say body bag.
Body bag.
Body bag.
Body bag. Fill the
I
tags. What? Say it again with less Bloody Mary in your mouth. I love Wisconsin.
Swallow first.
So I have most of my dad's side of the family is from Wisconsin. So I'm making fun of my own people. My dad was born in Wausau.
Yeah, what are you doing?
oh, my husband's from
Why you,
Wausau.
why you hating?
I'm not hating.
Little
You're,
shade.
you're hating Wisconsin.
I'm making fun of myself.
You're hating Wisconsin. You're not from Wisconsin.
Yeah, you're
but
not a Wisconsin.
all my
man.
lineage is.
That doesn't make you Wisconsin.
Hey, I'm from here. I
Honorary
make fun of here all
member?
the time.
That's fine.
You're from what?
I'm from here, so I make fun of here all the time.
From
Where-
Illinois.
You
What's
kind of
here?
got a like. Did you acquire a Wisconsin accent?
I did.
Where are you
I've
from in Illinois? Illinois.
been- Chicago.
You're from Chicago? Oh, that's not here.
I was in Wisconsin for a week and I had to get out of there.
Illinois.
We're at in Illinois.
My accent was getting
Illinois.
too thick.
We're at in
Oh,
Chicago.
okay.
Chicago.
Like in Chicago. Holy smokers.
You got out of there.
That's not
18, I
Illinois.
was gone.
Wow, so you're like inner city Chicago.
I don't even like to.
yeah, we were like on the outskirts of the city, but yeah.
Gross.
No kidding.
Yeah, my dad was in the fire department, so we had to be within like limits.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah,
Ew.
you're in the
That'd be a
trenches.
rough,
Yeah.
Ew.
rough job.
Gross.
Growing up, it was great because you learned a lot, but we were close to being out of it.
You seen some shit.
Ah, interesting. See, I'm surprised you're into like the outdoors the way you are then.
When I went to college, I had to like take my ID out and like slap it on a bar and be like, no, I'm not lying. Like, this is where I'm from. Like, I'm not proud of it, but I didn't have a choice, so here you go.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
But-
So my wife, all her like college roommates were all like Chicagoans, whatever you call, and they were like borderline removed from the world. Like have never seen a tractor. I'm like, you go 35 minutes out of the city, there's ag starts.
Yeah.
Like
I
how
mean,
have you
it's
never seen these
that
things?
close.
But
Live under a rock.
Some people don't even have like a driver's license.
Oh,
they don't even know
yeah.
how to
Yeah, they
drive a
don't
car.
need- They
That's
don't
like
need one.
You'd be
That's
surprised.
wild.
Like even in Eau Claire, which is one of the bigger cities in Wisconsin,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that just don't have driver's license.
Yeah.
They just take their Ubers
Why?
or they walk.
That's because they got them
Just walk
taken away.
everywhere.
1894 or what?
Well, that's crazy. Being from Chicago, I couldn't imagine. Chicago makes me sick to my stomach, which
Yeah.
it probably does. You
I
as
don't
well.
go back. I have like my family that's still there, and I'll go back like once a year and visit them. But other than that, or if we're flying somewhere, I'll go to O'Hare. But other than that, I'm like,
Yeah.
Want
Yeah.
nothing to do with it.
no.
I don't blame you. It's almost unfair that it's in Illinois, like the same way like Jackson Hole's in Wyoming, the same way.
Yeah.
Like I'd say Des Moines doesn't really apply that way to Iowa. Des Moines is
Moines is
actually a
fucking
rad
awesome.
city.
Actually, Iowa's pretty fucking rad.
Dude, I will say, as much as we like riff on each other, like one of the few times Iowa's pretty rad.
Iowa's rad.
Iowa is rad. If it wasn't for the deer here and being like born and raised and having like the studio and property, I could move to Iowa and just kind of reset. I think but. Like Wisconsin,
Still could.
like I think if we just boxed off Chicago and Milwaukee into like their own like lake
Oh.
state,
They'd be fun.
Break them off.
and we had it like make Illinois make it along Wisconsin, or really long. Illinois, it has to be renamed after Chicago.
Just give Chicago to Indiana or something.
It can be just part of Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, Gary,
Chicago,
Milwaukee. Give them all that middle area.
Just put
Make it-
Chicago in a bubble.
Split it off.
Or bulldoze it
They are
into
the
the
Bulldoze
lake.
it, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Get the Komatsu out there.
You almost need to like stretch it across from Madison though, and make like a big pinch point around Madison. Madison
Yeah.
sucks too.
Just
You
comes
know?
way out. and
Madison's
comes
not
back
as
in.
bad as Milwaukee, but
Yeah.
And what is up with Wisconsin? Before we get to whitetails, question I need to ask: what is up with you guys just breeding serial killers up there? What's the deal with that?
Actually, a question
I'll
I
let you
asked
two handle
myself.
this.
You guys have a lot of serial
Yeah.
killers
They
up
probably,
What's
there.
about that?
You know what? They probably just get really bored in the winter because
They never got into fishing.
Yeah, that's their problem. They're not fishing.
So if you guys didn't
That's
find
it.
fishing, you guys would have the urge to murder.
That's
I mean,
what
it
you're
definitely
saying.
zens me out. I'm not gonna lie.
Murder?
No.
Murder?
So
Fishing.
if you don't fish in a
Clearly.
while, you're just kind of like, I'm gonna kill my husband, Jimmy.
I got the urge to
Jimmy?
Poor Jimmy.
murder.
Get a little
Jimmy,
shaky.
you gotta make sure you take her fishing.
Jimmy, what's up with the murders? They like to have fun. Fair. It's a
That's actually a fair answer.
it's a thrill of the chase.
I guess.
Okay, you guys do have an odd amount of murders in Wisconsin.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's concerning. There's something up there. It's the cold. It's hobbies, right?
That's
It's
cool.
the hobbies.
You got to
Micro
stay
hobbies.
busy in winter, or
Yeah.
else you'll.
Get the urge to murder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta
That's
drive your
fair.
truck on the lake.
It's fun.
Too short of a deer season.
Oh.
Is that what it is?
It could be.
Shit,
Okay.
fuck.
It's the inner city murders is what really where the
Yeah.
concern is. Okay, we're talking whitetails now. We got bears, fishing, murderers, Chicago, puns.
We've covered it all.
Whitetails.
Whitetails.
Yeah, whitetails is next on the list. So there's a pretty damn nice whitetail on the studio table right now, and we're back to
For Wisconsin.
Whoa, that was a lot of shade.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Also,
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
Hey, I didn't say it.
You said it, Doug.
I let you take a picture with my dog, and that's how you're gonna treat me.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. That's a great deer.
Thank you.
Okay, it is a great deer.
Did you tag it?
I did take
It's a
it.
good looking dog.
Say it again.
I tagged it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
No, that's a really good buck. Bright white rack. Rumor on the street is you were like being a little nitpicky when you walked in
I'll be honest, I was being kind of a brat that day.
because you already killed your bear at this point.
So I killed my bear Saturday night. We cleaned it. It was a late night because I shot it probably an hour before
Did
dark.
you make it the chili cook-off?
I didn't.
Oh, shit, fuck.
I know.
Yeah, fuck that chili cook-off, man.
Wondering.
It's okay. They
Chili
forgave
sounds
me.
good.
You'll be there next year.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe.
If they don't kick me off, but
You'll be around.
So
They need you.
they
You're on the board.
co-chair. It's fine.
Oh,
That's right. They need you.
No big deal.
spicy.
Shot my bear Saturday night. Went back to work Monday. Ended up working a long day. Jimmy calls me and he's like, "Where are you? Are you coming home?" And I was like, "Yeah, I had to work late. I had to regroup on everything that I've missed for the last week and a half." And so I'm driving home. He's like, "Yeah, so we're gonna hunt, right?" And I was like, "Are you kidding me? I haven't even unpacked my bags from bear camp. We have laundry to do. Our house is kind of a hot mess, and my standards." I was like, "No," and he was like, "Well, I go to Canada this weekend, so we should go sit." And I was like, "Yeah, tomorrow we can, whatever." And
No,
so,
tonight.
so we got into it. I get home and he's folding laundry, and I'm like, "Well, I can't say no to that. The man's folding laundry, so."
He's trying to butter you up. He hasn't
Totally.
he hasn't folded laundry in 3 years. And he's folding laundry when you get home.
In the 10 years we've been together, he's folded. Well, he helps me a lot, but
If Daddy says we're going hunting, you going hunting.
yeah.
I don't
So I
fold
got
laundry.
home and he's folding laundry, and I was like,
Got your back, brother.
I look at him, I was like, "Well, are we going or not? What the fuck are we doing here?" And he throws the pants on the bed, and there's probably 3 loads of laundry on the bed, and I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I still got my dudes on from work. I throw on my camo. I go to hop in the driver's seat to drive to the piece of property that we were gonna hunt, and he was like, "Oh shoot, you gotta buy your tags yet because we've been bear hunting, so you haven't bought your bow hunting stuff yet." And I'm like, "Okay." So he's driving, I'm buying my stuff online. We get there, we go and we sit in the stand, and it's a box blind, and he's taking the window out because we had opened it, and it wasn't enough clearance for my bow because the box blind my grandpa had built, which is awesome in itself. And so he's dinking around with the window, and it's ding, 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 ding. And I'm like, I'm whisper yelling at him. I was like, "Will you just sit down? We're already in the state
Wife
land."
stuff.
Yeah, just wife things.
Shut the fuck up.
Basically what came out of
Whisper
my mouth.
yelling.
Yeah,
Whisper
wives.
yelling so crazy.
Yeah. I'm like, sit the fuck down. Every fucking deer in this county is gonna hear you. Like, just knock it off. And he gets it out and he sets it down.
Yep.
We're sitting in the stand, and we're like maybe, this is like 5 minutes after he takes the window out, and I like happen to look up. We're playing Words with Friends against each other in the blind, and I go, "There's a deer."
It's your turn.
Yeah, it's like
Fucking go.
Buck. That doesn't work. No, there's a buck.
I was like, "No, hey, there's a buck," and he goes, "What?" I go, "There's a deer," and I put my phone under my leg, and this deer's coming in. And I just see the rack, and I'm like, oh, heck yeah. And so we're on my grandpa's property. I'll rewind a little bit. And I called him, and I was like, hey, can we, come out? Like, can I shoot a doe and, fill the freezer and, do that? And he was like, yeah, that's fine. And my grandma had actually shot her deer out of that same stand that morning. And the rule of thumb is I can't go out there until she fills her buck tag. I'm like, okay, awesome, you filled it. So I, gave it a couple hours, called him, and he was like, yeah, you can come shoot a doe. That's fine, because they don't shoot does because it's just the two of them. And
When it's family, like, can I just shoot a doe?
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, right.
nudge,
Oh,
nudge.
no problem.
Yeah. So we're sitting, and I'm like, my grandpa had not a regular bow hanger. It was one of those garage hooks that you hang a bike on.
Oh, sure.
Wow.
And
Those are
it's,
awesome.
and it's sideways though, right? So I'm I'm watching this buck come in. It's at 35 yards. I'm trying to get my bow up off the hook.
It's
but
like
I
a
had-
labyrinth.
It's just getting stuck.
Yeah, and it got stuck, and I'm banging the side of the blind, and Jimmy's like, you gotta hurry up. And he bleats at this buck to make it stop because it was on a mission. And I'm like, you also have it on video because my husband's a great cameraman. And
Shout to Jimmy.
he's a
Let's
real
get
MVP.
bonus points. I
Yeah.
know what's happening after this
100%.
podcast.
It's fine. So
Jesus.
he bleats.
Heyo, heyo.
He bleats at this buck, and I'm like, I don't even have my bow yet. And he's like, well, you better fucking hurry up. And I get it, and I've got my release on, and pull back, and this buck stops. Had it taken one more step, I wouldn't have been able to shoot it, because it was lined up with almost the box behind window. It's lined up with this tree, and I'm like, oh God. And while I'm pulling back, it went from quartering away, kind of, to perfectly broadside. It took that little sidestep, and I let her fly, and it went, and I was like, that was a really nice 8-pointer, right? And he was like, yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
buck fever, I'm shaking, feel like I'm gonna puke again because this is the second animal I've shot in a 48-hour period.
Yeah.
You're just
And he's
puking everywhere.
yeah, basically. And he's like, you just stay here. So he gets down, he goes and he looks for blood, and I see him pick up his phone, and I'm like, oh, whatever. Maybe he's calling me to say yeah, we got good blood, we can go check it out, this and that. He's calling my grandpa. Apparently my grandpa's had pictures of this buck on camera all summer. Didn't tell me about it. He sends me
He didn't want you to know.
No, nobody knew. I didn't know about it. I had no idea that this buck even existed or the
Jimmy.
caliber of this buck that I had shot until we went back, and he's like, you just shot the buck. And all the neighbors were hunting it too. And I was like, okay. And he was like, no, this is the buck that your grandpa's been after. And I'm like, oops.
And now you're shunned from the family.
Well, so then I'm like, oh my
Doors
God,
glory.
I feel so bad. This was the one that my grandma was after. She said that she was after something really big. And I'm like, oh, well, the one that she shot was a nice buck.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was this buck. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, don't be. I'm just glad I know who shot it. It's not some,
Hey,
didn't
where's-
get hit by cars.
Where's the button? Oops.
Oh, you guess. I can't ever remember. I need labels.
No, I thought we had the actual button.
Oh.
Oops.
It's in the bar. My kids play with it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
We had a great button for you when we. So what was your grandpa's reaction?
My grandpa was like, you shot my fucking buck. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. And he was like, you're not allowed to hunt out here anymore. And I was like, Grandpa, I'm so sorry. And he was like, and he was joking. So he's really happy, but he knew I felt upset about it.
Yeah,
And he was
yeah.
joshing me and
He had
giving
to
me a
take
hard
advantage
time.
of it a little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Razz, yeah.
But
It'd be funny if he was serious though. He just kicks you out from now on. Just never talks
you
to
know
you
what?
again.
I try to put myself in your grandpa's shoes. Pretty rad. It's pretty rad.
Yeah.
His granddaughter shot
You're
a
done.
stud buck. Because we have a little farm. I try to think all right, if my daughter went out there on her own and shot a buck, I'd be like, kick ass. But then if my daughter has a daughter and kills a buck,
Kills the buck.
kills the buck, the one I wanted to kill, I'd be like, all right, that's pretty cool. You know what I
Pretty
mean?
fucking rad.
Like, I'd do the same thing. I'd still razz you, but that's got to be a wild fucking feeling.
Well, fun, I guess, from what I've heard, he's been, like, bringing me up to all of the guys
Yeah,
at
it's
coffee.
way cooler than if he
and,
shot
like,
it.
Well, that's what I guess that's what he said. He's just, like, he's super proud, which is awesome, because
Yeah.
like, he's a very, like, tough guy. He puts on, like, this big facade of, like, nobody can hurt me, and he's, like, missing a couple of fingers.
Yeah,
He's,
no,
like,
he sounds awesome.
he's
Missing a couple
badass.
fingers.
Yeah, well,
Sounds like our kind of deal.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what's his name?
John.
Okay, Farmer John. Is
Yeah.
he a farmer?
No.
Yeah, he sounds cool.
He's
So.
a beekeeper.
That's pretty cool.
Beekeeper John.
He doesn't wear a bee suit.
Nope,
like
he does
a
not.
bitch.
Yep.
Sorry,
No,
I didn't
you're
mean that last bitch. That was a little harsh. Your grandpa sounds rad though.
He's pretty cool.
Okay.
But so we get down and we're like, okay, well, like, once again, I'm only pulling back 40 pounds. And we're like, okay, no big deal. We'll,
Yep.
like, give it some time. Go see him. And he's like, I can't believe you shot my fucking buck. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't mean to. So we
I
get
just love
you're
that
not
he's,
sorry.
I just love that he's giving you shit about it.
so
Yeah.
much shit.
It's awesome.
And so we go.
How could you?
He said that, and I was like, I didn't know what I was shooting. He's like, you asked to come out for a doe, and I was like, but I got a fucking tag, and he was like, yeah, I guess. Okay.
That's pretty funny.
Tisk, tisk.
Yeah,
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
yeah. It was like the ultimate, like, oh, what did I do?
It's a good problem.
Give it like 45 minutes, go out, track it, ends up going on the neighbor's property. So we stop at the property line, and he's like, well, better go ask. And I was like, do you know this neighbor? And he was like, yeah, but like, your grandma, her first buck that she shot, like, went on this property and they didn't let him go get it. And I was like,
Oh no.
oh no. Like, it just, like, I felt sick to my stomach.
Because Wisconsin, you had to have permission, right?
Yes.
Same with Illinois. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm like,
Ew.
oh God, what on earth? So, like, look it up on Onyx, like, just to double check property lines and make sure who it is. Because he's, like, on a back 22. Like, he's got 22 acres, but he's, like, behind everybody. So everybody kind of, like,
Landlocks him.
yeah, and which is awesome, but it's like, oh crap, like where's that line and all of that. So we look it up, we run around the country block, go over there, and like we knock on the door, and I'm like, oh my God, like what if this person says no? Like, this is the biggest buck I have ever shot in my life, and like they could say no, and then I would just be screwed and like
Turns out it's like your grandpa's best friend.
heartbroken.
PETA activist. You pull up, there's Biden signs in the front yard. You're like, this
Oh,
isn't
shit.
gonna go well.
Well, so we pull in, and like it looks like nobody's home, and I was like, oh no. So like I knock on the door, and Jimmy's with me, and he's like, well, do you want me to talk? I was like, no, I owe it to the deer. Like, I need to do the talking.
Let me pout and wink.
Yeah, I was like, but I'm a girl, so like maybe they'll be nice
Yeah.
to me, kind
Yeah.
of thing. Like, let
Yeah.
me pull that card.
Yeah, women and children off the boat first.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're used to this.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So I'm like, maybe it'll work.
Same
towards
old story.
maybe it'll work. So go knock on the door, and these dogs come up, and they're barking, and this lady comes up, and she just kind of like does one of these, and I was like, hey, do you have a moment? And she kind of just like stops, and I was like, that probably sounded like I'm here to like
Jehovah's
solicit
Witness.
like,
Jehovah's Witness for
religion
sure.
or something.
Here to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Cars extended warranty, anything.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
go. She gets the dogs back, and she comes out, and I just like word vomit. I was like, I just want you to know, like, I shot the biggest buck of my life, and like I've got a really good video, and like we've got really good blood, and like I just like, can I have permission to retrieve it? And she looks at me and she's like, who are you? And I was like, oh, let me rewind. Hi, I'm Dori. Like, so John is my grandpa, like neighbor behind you. And she just kind of like, she hems and she haws for like a minute, and she was like, and I was like, I'll text you when we go on your property. Like, the minute we cross that line and the minute we come off, I was like, please, can I have permission to, like, just retrieve this deer? I was like, I don't want to, like, disturb anything because I know, like, your husband hunts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, I guess. And I was like, oh, my God, thank you. And I,
I
like,
guess.
go to, like, leave off her porch, and she was like, don't you want my number? And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, like, because I told her I texted her.
You just heel click off the porch.
Yeah, basically. So we like exchange numbers. We go. We drive around the block. Like, get my grandpa, and I was like, we got permission. Like, let's go. So at this point, it's dark. We get our flashlights, our headlamps, stuff like that. We go, and we make it just off the property line, probably like 40 yards. It's marsh. And I was like, I'm in Hey Dudes. Like, because I am, like, I'm like, oh, gosh, like, I'm going to get wet. I was like, it's worth it, whatever.
You're in the trenches at this
Oh,
point.
yeah.
Yeah, I
just
was like,
gotta go for it.
I'm committed. So, like, we go and we're tracking it. and we hear it get up, and I was like, oh no, what did we do, kind of thing. And so we end up getting like me to you away, and Jimmy says, because he was in front of me, he's like, well, I don't want you to get like hurt. And he goes and he sees it, and he like pushes it on the butt, and it just like tips over, and that was it, right? So it was on its like last breath, and
You
it
touched the deer while it was alive. I'll give it a little shove,
just a little,
and then he was done.
and then he was
little
done.
love tap, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
So,
Weird.
but then I
Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne.
Jesus Christ, it's
What
Jason.
kind of push was it?
so we like
Just a little push.
walk up on it, and my grandpa's there, my grandma's there. My grandma looks at me and she was like, that was the deer. And I was like, I am so sorry.
It's like, you little fucking turd.
Yeah, you can't.
We
she's
never
like,
liked you.
No, I'm glad you shot it. Like, I'm glad you can like appreciate it. And she's like, you're gonna mount that, right? And I was like, well, I haven't even really seen it. Like, it's a decent 8, isn't it? And it's a 10.
You're just insulting everyone.
Yeah,
Well, I was like,
it's not that big.
It's a decent
I was like
8.
trying to like play it down because my grandpa was like, he seemed so upset, but he was just like razzing me, and I
Yeah,
didn't really
yeah.
know. And I was like, yeah, I don't have to be like that excited about it. Like, it's okay. Like,
You're over there.
Whatever.
Fuck yes. Gotcha.
so I like walk up and I
shit,
was
Grandpa.
like, holy shit. Like, 'cause so the year before, I'd only shot like a little basket 6.
Yeah.
And like, I've shot does and stuff like that. But like, I've never shot anything
Hold him up. Hold him up.
to this caliber, right? Like, this is.
Yeah, it's a stud.
We measured him, and he measures pretty good. But
152.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but yeah, it's insane. But
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Good
you.
story.
Thank
I
you.
love the grandpa grandma dynamic.
And what hat were you wearing all this time?
Good question, Doug. You're really showing
That was a
up.
good hat.
plot twist. I was wearing a DSG one when I shot my buck.
Listen, bitch.
said you were a
Wrong
WCB
answer.
hat.
I was wearing your working class hat when I shot my bear.
Okay. That's what
Fair.
started the luck, right?
Yeah, that's what started it, and it just carried over.
I can't believe you didn't wear the same hat for this deer.
I was in Hey Dudes.
We
I
gave you
wasn't
the
thinking
opportunity to
straight.
shine, and you
I
failed,
wasn't
Dori.
thinking-
You're on the DSG
straight.
fishing team, not the hunting team. No one cares.
What does DSG stand for?
Do something great.
Does it?
Questionable.
By the way, no actual shade to the brand of DSG. It's just funny jokes. Our girl Melissa Bachman's the DSG lady. Shout out to Melissa. What's up? We see you.
We see you.
My brother-in-law hit on her so embarrassingly strong one
it,
time.
It was weird.
It was a moment I'll never forget. And she was such a good sport. But anyway,
What happened like a month after that? Who knocked on the door?
The game warden did.
Oh,
So
really?
like this buck is
Huh?
like
wait, is this a CJ Alexander story
No,
here?
no,
We're
no,
not
no.
on
Wait
this
a
like,
minute.
podcast?
there's so
You got
many.
your phone?
You got a homemade tag on there, so I don't even know if that's right.
Yeah, this story is not adding up.
Oh, no.
It just says Dory's
It just
tag
says
on it.
Dory on it. Yeah, like
Okay, listen,
what the
my
fuck kind of
man.
tag is this?
Okay, so the DNR is
Listen,
like,
Well, so I ended up texting the landowner a picture, and I was like, hey, thank you so much for letting me like go retrieve this deer. And she was like, from one hunter to another, like, I can appreciate that you like let me know, and that's an awesome buck, and I'm glad we let you. And
But
she,
you killed my buck.
well, she wasn't upset about that, but the neighbor came over instantly, like my grandpa's neighbor, and was like, that's my buck. And like, we've got trail cam pictures of him like on other people's property. So like, the buck, didn't know it was the buck kind of thing. Talk of the town, like we drove into a different town, like 15, 20 minutes away from where we live, and they're like, hey, you're that girl that shot that buck. And I was like, I don't love that you know that. Like, that's...
Your
Yeah,
grandpa.
Who are you?
Your grandpa visits a lot of places and plays cards. Okay?
Yeah. So
yeah, he bragged you up.
he did, and it was like the talk of the town. So like, that town is like 2,000 people. We live in a town that's like 3,500 people. I grew up just outside of that, which is probably like 40, 50,000. So it's like it's bigger, but I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't think that many people knew about this buck. Like, I didn't even know about this buck. But so I'm off doing Rotary Club things, and
Yep.
I get a call from Jimmy, and I was like, I like pick it up, and I'm like, can I call you back? And he was like, well, the game warden was just here looking for you. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, they wanted to know why you bought your license at like 5:15.
I almost said something about that.
So I bought my license at
Super
like
sketchy.
5:15, and I tagged it when I left, like my grandpa's place, because I was like, well, I don't want to forget about this. Like, this is an awesome book. Like, I got to take it. Like,
Of
it's
course,
the right
yeah.
thing, right? And I tagged it probably like 2 hours after I'd shot it. And there was so much conversation about it in the town that he showed up and he was like, what the heck? Like, why did she buy this here and take this at this time?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Did she
The times
Like
are close.
it's too,
Yeah.
too close.
Well,
yeah.
and-
I thought I shot it and she tagged it.
Yeah. They
Oh.
thought that and I was like, oh no. Like,
So I
no,
thought
no.
your husband shot it and
Yeah.
you tagged it.
Yeah. But so Jimmy was like, no, I got the video right here and it was timestamped, thank God.
Oh,
and he was
awesome.
like,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
well, that saved you guys.
And the text from
Yep.
the neighbor and all
Yeah.
that.
yeah. And they were like, well, that just saved us both a lot of time.
Oh, good thing.
Yeah.
And money.
You know,
Yeah.
I almost said
Literally.
something about it earlier, but I know people that come in from out of state. We go in to Wyoming and buy our bear tags when we get to camp because we just showed up and we hunt the next
That's
day.
true. That's true.
And like, I killed
Oh,
my
yeah.
bear the first day and never had any issue. I mean, we go to the
But you bought your tag
2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours before?
Literally 2 hours before, and bow hunting had already been just open. A week. Like,
Yeah.
it was.
I mean, that's going to throw a red flag anywhere. I mean,
And then
I
you
know-
come from a small town and everybody's talking about it. And
and you
then,
Create some
shoot
buzz.
the deer of the town. Everyone's going to be
Of the-
asking questions.
yeah.
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 And I'm a chick. Like,
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Yeah, that's
For
like
real.
as bad as that
unfortunately.
sounds.
It's another
so-
layer on top of like a perfect situation.
Yeah.
It happened too perfectly.
Yeah,
Really.
basically.
Yeah. No, I get
But-
that. I know guys that have gotten checked for going to buy another doe tag and then getting in the stand that afternoon and then shooting a doe and then DNR. But everything I heard, the DNR shows up after season, like 3 months later. I think I don't know if it's they just catch it then when they review it. And this is an Illinois situation, or they do it to do you forget about it? You don't have a story accumulated
Oh,
up.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? I don't
It's
know.
not fresh in your mind.
I'll tell you though, like when I killed Floppy, if you notice there's electrical tape around that tag. When I shot my first buck and I had him in the back of the truck, the wind about ripped the zip tie through the tag, which I think you can go get replacement tags. And I would have just called and been like, hey, this is what happened.
Yeah.
Here's my confirmation number or whatever. But when I shot Floppy, I had to roll
Make sure
electrical
it's not
tape
going
and I
anywhere.
like wrap that baby up. I'm like, worst comes to worst, I just peel some electrical tape off to reveal the tag.
Right.
But until then, it's sealed inside electrical tape. So
Yeah.
It's
nothing.
fucking
Smart.
waterproof at
You
this
just hear
point.
like these freaky stories like
Yeah.
that. Like even though you did nothing wrong, you did everything right. I also get why they contacted you too. You know.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
But
I
like-
mean, like I said, that's going to throw a red flag no matter what state you're in.
Yeah.
Or who you are, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But you
But
know,
the fact that it was still in season, it was not even a month after I did it, and I guess he came and knocked, and he was like, "Is Midori home?" And I was like, "Oh no!" Like nobody calls me that unless
Using your
I'm in
government
trouble.
name.
Your government name, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Oh,
Oh, shit.
what did I do?"
yuck, Mr.
First
Green
off, it's
Jeans.
Dory.
Yeah. Get
First of
right
all-
with him.
Mr.
Hey,
Green
hey.
Jeans.
Hey, turn around and do that again, please.
Yeah, reset.
Let's
It's a great
start-
story.
Let's start from fresh.
It's a great story.
That is an awesome story. Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Okay, let's do this. Let's talk because 2023 is a good year. Good. All right. So fishing was last year's fishing good. I don't know fishing season. Give me thumbs up, thumbs down for the fishing game. Thumbs up. Okay.
alright.
Yeah. All right. And okay. One of these.
I learned a lot.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. That's a good year.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good year, even if it's like tough lessons. All right. We're talking whitetails for 2024. Where are we at? Let's go. Let's start with you. Because Midori just got done telling her story about filling her tag.
All right.
Let's talk goals. Whitetail goals. Give me a whitetail. It can be anything. There's no right or wrong answer.
Do you want me to start?
You know what? Yes, Eric.
I'm going to kill a bigger buck than Doug.
That's all you want.
Oh, are we placing the bet now?
Maybe.
Would that
No.
be a new record?
We gotta
Quick
no.
bets are
We
set?
we got plenty of time to
Gotta
regroup.
wait.
Let's not rush this
Yeah.
bet.
You want me to
I'm
go?
putting. I know. I'm putting a hold on.
interrupt
I'm
everyone.
putting a hold. No bets are getting
Let me
made.
stop.
For, okay.
Let me stop you.
I'm
gonna
sorry.
go.
Very
Stop
clear
it right there.
goals.
Funny.
All right, Doug. Would you like to go now?
No, I'll wait.
Okay, thanks, Doug. How polite of you.
Yeah, let the women go first. Ladies first.
How nice.
Give me a whitetail goal. There's no right or wrong answer.
Honestly, I just want to get in the woods more.
That's fair.
Last year sucked.
Just working.
Work and like the fall, come in like I work in the ER, so in the fall it gets just.
God bless you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Shit show.
Yeah, always.
I got some questions about the ER.
I'm sure you do. Everybody does. It just gets
Don't
from
make me feel
fall
bad
to
about
spring.
Right?
Everybody does. It's fine.
Asshole.
Oh my God.
Denied.
Fuck, you're on my show.
And it just gets busy, so we get like mandatory extra shifts. So every day that I was off, it was 20-mile-an-hour winds or it was raining.
Oh, yeah.
And my husband's like, I'm going hunting. I'm like, fuck you, I want to go. Like we fought so much because I'm like, you asked me to get to go hunting every fucking day, and I have to go to work. He's like, I'm working too. I'm like, from training. But my dad shot my target buck last year, so I was super pumped for him.
How big a deer? How big a deer?
He is an old man that doesn't score things, so I'll find out when we get it back from the taxidermist. But like your dad, he's allergic to deer.
Really?
Weird.
Very weird.
Don't we know someone else
Like
on the crew?
Deer
my cousin
fur
is.
or deer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what it
The
was.
You gotta
fur.
wear
The
gloves.
dander.
He's gotta wear
Yeah.
gloves to touch
Like the
him.
deer dander.
Jimmy
Yeah, so
died helping me with my deer. Like, he's super allergic too.
It's
Are you?
the strangest thing. I always, when I was,
Only deer in
It's like being allergic to like
You
a dog.
freak.
yeah, I was
that's
like,
fun.
Dad, you're full of shit. Like, you just don't want to field dress your deer and keep them out. And he's like, no, seriously. My uncle would come over when I was in high school and help us. We'd be skinning a deer in our driveway in Chicago, and people would like drive by, like,
Oh, I love that.
what are you doing over there? And my dad would just help me hang it up, and he'd leave. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? This is your deer. Like, come help me. And he's like, no, I'm allergic. And I'm like, you're so full of shit. And then I
Whoa.
shot a
No, it's
deer.
legit.
It was like blizzard snowstorm. We had to use our ice fishing sled to get the deer out.
Oh, jeez.
He's like, we gotta go. We're gonna get snowed in. So he quick did it, and by the time we got back to the bar, his face.
Of course,
was
you're at the
just like-
bar. Yeah.
Him and my mom were at the bar. I was hunting.
He was all swollen up and everything.
He was like all like this, and I'm
That
like,
bad. Wow.
oh, I guess I'm driving home. Like, okay. And then ever since then, I'm like,
He's
Dad,
from Wisconsin. He's like, I got this.
No, he's
Give me a
from
beer.
I'm
Wisconsin.
fine. I need a
No
Bloody Mary.
kidding. That's crazy. Okay, get in the woods more because I was gonna say it's like even if it's just hunting more, like that's a good goal.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know.
But your
I hope you
schedule
get
never
out
really
there.
changes, though, does it?
It can, like, if they mandate us to pick up extra, sure. And then, like, kind of when you work, because we usually do, like, 3 on and then so many off. So, like, I just finished a stretch of, like, 3 on, and then, like, the whole next day is kind of like a recoup day. Because sometimes it's just, like,
Oh, that's a grind.
mentally just, like, draining.
Just quit your job. Easy.
I
Yeah,
have hobbies and things that we want to buy.
that's tough. That's a tough gig
It
to
is.
be into hunting. But thank you for doing that. That's a service that I don't think gets thought about enough. Because
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Real MVP.
somebody like Doug falls out of a tree stand,
We need you.
I get that a lot.
or
Honestly.
Doug comes down with
Need you wipe my butt.
If Doug needs a Q-tip crammed in his wiener hole, you're there for him.
Actually, that's one thing I will not do.
And I appreciate that.
will not do it.
Thank you, Doug, for going along with that.
Like,
I appreciate
A
that.
Q-tip.
Here's how you do it.
That's
Good luck.
what it is.
That's what they do.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's a Q-tip, and I just go, okay. So
With
this is what
Neosporin
you
on it
do.
or what?
No, it's dry.
For what? Why dry? Why? Why?
Dry?
It's just how it, because if you get it wet, then it ruins the sample.
What are they sampling for?
Hey, what are you sampling?
Naughty things.
Like
you don't wanna
chronic
do.
wasting
Oh.
disease or
Yeah.
what?
CWD.
EHD.
Human version of that.
Yeah, blue tongue. Nothing antibiotic.
What watering hole you been to?
Yeah, the wrong one. Okay.
Can't
noted.
feed around this area.
It's a no bait zone. And you've been baiting. Masturbating. What's up? In the wrong places. Fuck, we gotta get over this.
All right,
moving
yeah,
on.
Jesus. moving on.
Give me
on.
some whitetail
Where's this
goals.
going?
Hurry fast before we ruin our show.
So
Like we already haven't.
I have 2 for this coming season. I have a food plot that I've been working on for the last year. I broke a skid steer down in it last year, so I want to get that finished and taken care of. And then I want to figure out windage because,
Let's talk about it.
contrary to popular belief, I like to do a lot of things, but I don't know a lot of things about stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Let's talk about windage.
so we have stands on the property that I know, you know, if I look at my phone, okay, I got a north wind, I'm going to go sit in this stand. But if it switches, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm new here. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
So-
fair. We're talking about it. Yeah,
Deer
that's
cast.
awesome.
So it's going to be, I did have deer cast.
Okay.
And all last year it was bad. Any of the days that I could go out and hunt, it was bad.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Still got to go.
You shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, okay.
You know what Doug Cass would say? You should go hunting.
He's gone.
Yeah. And a lot of other things. But
Kill.
Q-tip.
no, I think that's cool. You want to figure out windage. That's a good goal.
Safety first.
Well,
That-
it's like, you know, I listen to you guys talk about it and you're like, oh, the wind was swirling and all this. And I'm like, just sitting there like, Oh, what?
Yeah, well,
So-
I do think
get that.
wind really is a big deciding factor. I'm like seeing deer, not seeing deer, killing deer, not killing deer. It really is.
Well, and then even like you talk about how wind goes through like a hollow or anything like that. It's always moving, and we've got a lot of different hollows on the property, and I'd like to figure out how the wind moves through them.
Yeah.
That way I can figure out where to move these ladder stands that I have, because I'm a ladder stand bitch.
That's all right.
Well, and then I
you
took,
said it very
I took a
proudly.
page out of the book of Judd, and I have a saddle, and I just sit on the stand.
That's where it
with the
starts.
saddle.
That's where it starts.
It's a good start.
No, that's good. I think we can work with you.
Yeah.
We can work with it. You're self-aware of windage and wanting to learn it, and if you're already dabbling in a saddle, in a ladder stand,
You're
so
almost there.
You got the premises down. There's hope for you. All right,
A
I like
ladder
this.
stand, bitch.
The only
do
reason
love
I
that.
don't have like a mobile setup is I just don't have sticks yet. So I have
Okay.
I have a nice little
An
platform that I
LSB.
have,
Yeah.
and I just need to figure out what sticks I want to get for it. And
Oh, there's hope for you. We got this. We will help you. So
And a holler too, like with the windage, get a little puffer.
yeah, that's big.
I have harvested some milkweed. I have milkweed
Okay.
in a bag that's been there for about 2 years. It's nice and dry.
It's as dry as it gets.
Start a fire with it.
Okay.
Love that
We can the big thing I think with like wind is how the deer use the wind for the terrain on your property. That's once you figure that out, it's kind of manipulating how you're going to go in with that wind, how you're going to hunt with that wind, and you need a wind that works for the deer and works for you. Because if the wind is just good for you and not good for the deer, there's no reason for the deer to come through there if they don't know what's ahead of them. That's like the ground rules. I don't know if that's
Yeah, you're saying it right.
that'd be like my checklist on how I would figure it out. Not that we're like the dudes that know the wind or whatever, but that's how I would tackle it. It's a lot to kind of like take in.
Well, and it's so different because our property has it's farm field, swamp, and wood.
Yeah, you got a lot going on.
It's a lot on one big parcel, and you can have so many different situations, and the wind can switch like that.
But you know what that
So-
tells me that you do have? If you have 3 different types, you have fringes, and deer are fringe animals. So you can work, you have something to work with without even seeing the layout. You can work with that.
Oh yeah,
There's something you can.
we've got good deer. It's just a matter of
Figuring them out.
Getting on 'em.
enticing them to come in and hang out.
Yeah.
Cameras will tell you a lot too.
I did not put any cameras out this year, mostly because I was working so much.
Yeah. You're a hustler.
So
You shouldn't do that.
The year prior, 2022, was like my hustle year, and then it got cut short because I had to have emergency surgery. So I was out for that season. So the last time I shot one was 21, and
That's all right.
Hey, it's all right.
You're a hustler. You're always working, and you do work that a lot you guys couldn't do. You do.
do.
They call
I
you the
do.
diesel queen on the streets.
On the streets.
I've heard that.
You need shirts that just say diesel queen real big.
I don't know about that.
You do.
Hey,
You
my
gotta
mom's
rep-
got a cricket. We can make you one.
Shit, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need some diesel queen
Merch.
bold shirts.
How you come get it when you come up to Wisconsin?
We'll do. That's what we need to do.
DQ.
Ice fishing.
I'll rock some diesel queen shirts. Fuck. I will. That'd be
Get the
that'd be right.
merch.
Just rip off Dairy Queen's logo and just put Diesel Queen on it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Hey,
I'm in.
That was a good idea.
Good work.
that's why I'm the merch guy.
The merch
You
man.
are the merch guy, aren't you?
Merch man. We need to help you look at some maps and just like tackle it from an ignorant perspective. Like I have no idea how you've hunted this before, but if you just started from here in,
But sometimes that helps too. Like I'll ask you, like, "Hey, look at this property," because you might see something
different
I
eyes,
might
yeah.
not see, or he might see
that looks
something
like
I
a
might
pinch.
see.
I might be like, yeah, there's no. Oh fuck. Yeah, I should look at that.
Yep.
Well, and
It
a lot
helps.
of times it's really hard to ask because, we're women, and sometimes you ask men questions and they're like, well, that's stupid. You should just know this. And then they just.
How do you not know this?
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's
That's how
so-
Doug would be. Ask us. We'll be
But
okay.
most
so
dudes are
terrible.
fucking cocky douchebags.
Right.
and
I would
that
just screenshot that straight to Instagram.
It's true.
yeah. Look at this dumb
Look at this
bitch.
douche.
Diesel Queen.
No, most dudes are cocky douchebags, and I get that angle.
I get what you're saying.
But
We'll help you.
I think it's, I don't. There's nothing wrong with like hunting questions when you like want to know. Like,
for
there's
sure.
nothing wrong with it at all. And everybody starts somewhere. And
We're still learning to this day.
Dude, we've been hunting-
we don't have it figured out either.
I don't know shit.
I feel like an idiot most times. I just will out hustle through mistakes.
We just
and eventually it happens. Hopefully.
Just keep hunting.
Sometimes it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But
You fall a tree and you keep going, you know?
that's what Doug did.
I did that. Look at me. Look where I'm at now.
Okay. Goals for 24 whitetail.
I don't know. I mean, I know that
You
I
did
want.
it.
Well, it's gonna be hard to beat this year.
Yeah.
But
you don't got to beat.
It's
that
beatable.
deer to
I
be
know,
a
but I
goal.
feel like I've set the bar right. So like I need to like
It's always beatable.
I need to meet it or do better. I will say I want to get my poundage up. Like I was only shooting 40 pounds, so I actually just jacked up my bow this weekend. It's up to 46. I would like to be like 50, 55.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about going out west, and I really want to shoot an antelope and a mule deer, and it would be nice to be able to shoot the same poundage. Not that Jimmy's shooting this 50, 55 pounds right now, but if something were to happen to my bow, then we could always, like, if we needed to, we could jack his down, and then I could
You could
still
adjust, yeah.
Just drop him
it.
down to 50 right now and you'll be good.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Nah, he's like shooting like 70-something, so it's fine.
Pull it back. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
But-
good goals. It's
Yeah.
good goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I would say get hung up on just killing like a mature deer.
Yeah.
That's like a good line, and no one can argue with that. You know, but I know what you're saying. You killed a really good buck, but you know, I always go with the. I've said this for a long time, like the climbing the ladder a little bit. You know, like you have to like. There's stages in bow hunting, and you just got to know where you're at and try to strive for the step above. You can't skip a bunch of steps, and
Yeah.
sometimes you do. That's awesome.
Yeah,
you
went
know?
from a basket 6 to this. Like, super thankful.
That's kick ass.
It was incredible.
Hell yeah.
But it's like, oh shoot, what's this year gonna bring?
But you're not going to quit hunting, though.
No, gosh, no.
Oh,
I'm
no.
I'm like hooked. Like this was it this year. It's
The
like
moment.
Better than fishing.
Pretty cool.
it's pretty cool, but I don't know.
Did you ever throw up almost over a fish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This year when I beat my walleye PB too, I was like, oh.
I think I'm going to throw up. Oh my God, you did.
Plot twist, but no, it was good. I don't know. I'd like to spend more time in the stand for sure, because that was all.
Less time on a boat.
Hey, no.
Fall fishing's pretty
Come
good.
on. I shouldn't say anything. I don't have a boat. I have a kayak, so.
Yakking.
That's a boat.
Mobile yakking.
Technically,
It floats,
it's,
right?
You're
it's the
mobile
mobile
yakking.
hunting setup of the fishing world.
It's like a saddle of
Yeah.
fishing.
If you can go out there and yak and catch angry fish, you can.
I love that you call them angry fish.
Angry fish.
You know what I mean?
I mean, they do
I know
things that's
exactly what
not
you mean,
wrong.
but I've never heard anyone call it angry fish. I love it.
The
I like
only
it.
angry fish I've caught
From Kurt Dance himself.
I'm a legend in Manitoba, Canada.
That's what I heard.
Catch an angry fish.
What about you, Doug? What do you want to do in 2024?
What do I want to do? Shoot a bigger buck than Eric?
Kurt, it's inevitable.
It's going down.
The bets are happening.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Kurt,
happen.
what are your goals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Where do you want to be?
I want to kill a bigger buck than both you guys.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
You know what? I'm tired.
I'm tired of this shit. It's my time to shine.
Oh, you weren't in the bet?
No,
That's
no.
what I'm hearing.
I can't get in the middle of this.
We kill a bigger buck than Kurt 1 year, and he's all pissed off.
It's the Eric Doug rivalry forever.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun.
It's a banter.
It's fun.
But I got some ideas,
It's a
boys.
banter.
I got some ideas. We got to just wait. They're coming. They're coming.
I have the best bet to end all bets, but then I forgot.
Yeah, huge
That
help.
sounds about right.
Like this story.
I was at ATA. I was ready for it. I'm like, all right, what's the bet to end all bets? And he just goes, I forgot.
Oh, dude, the same thing with the guys
was drunk,
from oh fuck, Morel.
Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Morel Targets?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so bad if that's the wrong target name, but that's how much we drink.
It was Morel.
He comes up. He goes, "Hey man, did you think of that idea?" And I was like,
You're so like,
"What idea?" She goes, "Last year at ATA, you were walking by. You were like, had to do a meeting. You're like, hey, I have an idea for a target. It's like I had this
Game changing.
Game
It's
changer.
game changing. You're gonna want to hear it."
And you never came back. we're like,
damn.
shit.
He's like, "Hey, did you think of it?" He still remembered. I'm like, "I got
Sorry,
nothing, dude.
Elijah.
My bad." He was awesome.
He was cool.
We have an idea for the shoot though. Joe'll like this. You know how we do the solo cup shoot down? We have a solution using their targets to replace the solo cup shoot down to make it more trackable and visible. And I think they're about it. By the way, they have a new bag Target that they came out. Bag Target, my apologies.
Big.
Yeah.
I
Big.
know you couldn't understand.
Big.
You gotta work on your accent.
Bag.
A little more sideways.
Big.
See, Doug's got it.
Wait, hold on.
Do it again?
Big.
Bag. Nah. Okay. That's offensive.
Sorry,
That's offensive.
I heard it
You
once.
sound like a fucking northern.
It's a what Target?
A bag Target.
And it has like replaceable skins.
Oh, neat.
So you like
you can get-
Velcro on?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm out.
You should just
it's on the
commission
side.
some-
You
You
don't
don't
even
like
know.
fucking Velcro?
I cannot stand
Okay. 'Cause
Velcro.
You have a phobia of Velcro. It's not their fault.
I know, but I'm just saying. I'm out.
It's like nails on a chalkboard
Yes.
or what?
Velcro is
oh.
like one of the most disgusting feeling things.
It was invented in Wisconsin.
You
so-
guys
So
catch
probably was.
Why? you s-
muskies and your guys are
Velcro?
bitching about Velcro?
I don't mind Velcro.
Yeah.
You also
I am.
cram
I'm
Q-tips
bitching
into
about
your dick.
Velcro.
hole.
I hate it.
No, I don't do that. That's a hard no.
Velcro, huh?
I can't.
All right. Well, I was trying to give this great Target company a good unsolicited plug.
Keep
and you guys
going.
just
I'm
shit on
sure
them.
it's great. I just,
What if they would have sent us all a Target?
What if you get a free
And-
Target?
I'm not
And-
going to say no. I'd say thank
Yeah.
you,
You
but
know
I
what?
would
Just
cringe.
send us 3. We just need 3.
Just 3.
I would cringe, but I would take one for the team. I'm sure it's great.
We need a video of
Should
you
make Jimmy do it.
Velcroing it on and off.
She doesn't puke after this up, but Velcro.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
This Target's sick, but
Well,
It's so sick
Literally.
of you.
nice.
Again.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming in and letting us razz you.
It's been
We
fun.
appreciate you.
You guys are good
we
sports.
appreciate ya.
I want to know, where can people find you guys? Plug your Instagrams. You Insta
The moment you've been
huntresses.
waiting
Oh
for.
gosh, no. Hard pass. Not a huntress. Dori with 2 eyes.
What if your bio said Huntress on it?
Oh no.
No, it
Hard
doesn't.
no.
We sure?
You
You guys
lied.
want to hop on there and change it
I'm
real quick?
sure. I'm grabbing my phone out. No.
Do we need to look?
Sure, you guys
I can't bring my phone up here, so.
wouldn't have us on.
I enjoyed this episode. I thought it was
It was
a lot of fun.
For sure.
Because the thing is, like, it's you guys have played along,
Yeah,
you know?
we're here for it.
I'm sorry, not very lively. I'm just so tired.
Yeah, you've been working, right? You've been hustling.
So
Go to bed.
12-hour shifts are getting me. Night shifts.
You're a hustler. Hustler, I appreciate it.
At
Well,
least I get more time.
Dory, plug your Instagram.
Dori.
Dory.
Oh no, Dori 2 eyes _Sell.
Okay.
Facebook and Instagram.
Bitchin'. Diesel Queen.
Some of you have heard it. You can find me on Instagram. It's Diesel Queen. It's all one word.
So you have like a little diesel tractor at home. That's why they call you Diesel Queen.
No, I am a certified diesel mechanic.
And that's why you're working so goddamn hard. Right?
100%.
I don't do that for a living anymore, but
What do you do now?
so I actually burn garbage. I run loader at our local incinerator,
Oh, shit.
and I make steam for the cheese factory next door.
Garbage,
Nice.
steam for cheese. It's
Garbage
a very
cheese.
Wisconsin thing.
Electricity.
God, I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
do the cheese thing.
The Garbage Cheese Company.
Perfect.
Wisconsin's got some fucking things to work out, don't they?
Yeah.
Murderers.
So does Illinois.
Wow.
Well,
Touche.
yeah,
Okay, I'll shut the
yeah.
fuck up.
Hey, Doug. Hey,
Got me on that
Murderers.
one. Yeah.
we're good, bro.
Hey, listen.
We're sitting fine
That's
in
the type of
Iowa.
response I wanted from this. Thank you
No
very
one's talking
much.
shit about Iowa.
Here all night.
I was awesome, okay? The only thing you guys got bad is serial killers. That's it.
Wow.
I'm sure there's some here.
There's. Oh.
Nope. We checked.
Actually, I know one from Chi-Town.
Well, that's Chicago.
That don't count.
Chirac.
Well, actually, he's from the Burbs, so
Same thing.
That's what they call it, right?
Never
You
heard
heard that
that.
term, Chirac?
Chirac. Oh yeah,
Interesting.
It's war out there in the streets, Doug.
literally.
So you see some shit.
I've been there.
Okay, let's plug it up.
You're up.
Chirac Queen _ Muskie.
Chirac killer.
Hashtag.
Q-tip.
Hashtag Q-tip.
Hey.
Hey,
No,
That's
I-
going to be a hashtag on this episode when it goes up.
It better.
Here, I'm going to write that. That's the
Dry
only note I
Q-tip.
have from this.
Hashtag dry Q-tip.
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 Dry Q-tip.
Dry Q-tip. Has to be dry.
Right. Okay, thank you.
No, I think mine's just my name. I don't actually know. So I think it's just Sami Halbrook. I think.
I think so.
I
I
don't
think
know.
so too.
You know what? If people really want to follow you guys, we'll put it in the episode description. And we'll just get all these heavy breathing dudes just to follow
Yeah.
you guys.
It's either so there's gonna be the heavy.
Come on my
breathers, and then
podcast
you're gonna
next.
get those ones that will comment and be like, "Anyway, a bunch of chicks in there."
Yeah, I don't know from our
fine.
listeners. I think you just get a bunch of like pervy comments on your stuff.
That could be.
Nice.
Hashtag dry Q-tip.
Nice.
There's a bunch of comments. Nice.
Sick.
That would be awesome. You know? Have you ever commented on, before, when you were a single man, have you ever commented on any chick's Instagram, anything, like unsolicited, without knowing her?
1000%.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You've never commented like a little flame in there or something?
Or a little heart eyes emoji?
No. I just direct message him.
Screenshots are gonna come out.
Send him a photo right away.
Joking.
Say what?
I don't know. Just kidding. I never
Have
done
you
it.
ever
Doesn't
opened
even
with a
say
dick
anything,
pic?
it just, yeah.
Oh, dude.
You going straight to the source,
Just
huh?
send a
No.
photo, and if they reply, talk to them. If they
Gotcha.
don't,
Just keep moving.
do it.
Block
I've
him.
never
Moving
done
on.
that. No, I've
On
never
to the
done that.
next.
Go on
Never,
Bumble,
ever.
they message you first.
Do you guys ever get an unsolicited dick pic in your inbox?
No.
Never?
Please do not send them.
No.
No, ever before?
No.
In your history of never, ever?
Jimmy?
That's how we started. That's how we messaged her first.
I did it all the time.
No.
Jimmy gets
Oh,
it.
shit.
She's like, it was love at first sight.
You guys ever got a creepy message on Instagram from any dudes?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
those happen all
I
the
had
time.
Like
somebody-
what? Like, give me an example.
I had somebody
Pull him
buy
up.
me.
Let's read them.
No, they're blocked.
Oh.
Nice.
I had somebody on Facebook actually be like, "Oh, my daughter-in-law delivers your mail," and I was like, "Block,
It's a
deleted."
federal
like,
crime or something.
yeah,
I
that's
don't
like
like
that's
that.
creepy. Don't
Can't
like
fuck
that.
with people's mail.
No, and like also don't find me like that. That's like
Okay.
Basically telling you he knows where you live.
yeah,
He's in the federal government.
yeah. Like
Okay.
no.
Anybody else want to share a fun story?
Oh, Judd's
Judd?
got some creepy ones.
Oh.
She's right between two people that I forward the worst shit I find on Instagram to. So sometimes
We-
she gets in there too.
Serial
We
killers?
figured out that
Just-
Judd and I are like the same person.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
in different states.
So
I
you
say
catch-
bag, he says it different way, you know.
Fag. Okay. So you catch accidental fat finger messages that are just dirty dude memes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yep. But it doesn't count
Okay.
because it comes from Judd.
Because I have like in my recents of, I just forward like cleavage, memes, and then like random reels. And
The things that I get from Judd is Lord of the Rings memes and
Nice.
the accidental fat fingers. It's basically
Cleavage.
what it is.
people blowing their hands off and
Yep.
With
shit
People
about
die-
bones,
yeah, people
probably
dying.
dinosaur bones or mammoth tusks or whatever. He's like researching that day. Well, guys, what was the overall review? Have you guys ever done a podcast before this?
No.
No.
I've talked on the radio, but
Well, that's not
Wow.
okay. Big deal. Are you big dogging us right now?
Radio star.
Because you're
It
on
was
the board of
it was for the chili cook.
Chili Club. Yeah. There we go. That's fucking
big
Chili
fucking
Club.
deal, ain't it?
Dude,
It is. I honestly didn't realize it was a big deal
Holy
until
shit.
they asked me to help fundraise for it, and
Was this like a 40,000 people fucking deal or what?
it's a big deal.
God damn, let's go to Chili Cook-Off.
September 7th.
I want to eat some chili.
Ooh, day after my birthday. Let's go. Birthday Chili Club. I'm
You
in.
can't eat chili.
Can we
It's
be
like-
judges?
I could probably get one of you, maybe, on as a guest judge.
Not Doug, because he thinks ketchup is spicy.
Yeah, I don't
so-
like spicy shit.
Well, you can come hang out.
If your chili's spicy, you already lost.
Hey, you could be the janitor. You can clean up all the
Yeah.
chili puke at the end of the day.
Good thing it wasn't chili dog day.
He was iffy on the Bloody Marys there a few times.
Yeah.
I like them like halfway, and then I'm out.
Every time he gets one, I'm like, why do you order that?
Because it
I
looks
had-
so good.
Don't
and I
too
had to
much.
finish it.
Easy on the celery salt.
The
They
Wisconsin
always look so
show that
good.
one year. I'm
They
like,
do.
You should try one of these. And he's like, spicy.
Iowa Deer Classic has really good
I
Bloody
didn't
Marys.
say it like that.
Hey, that's what you need to do. You need to come to Iowa Deer Classic and eat some drink some Bloody Marys there. They're good.
They are good.
They're like $15.
I drink it
They're
halfway
But you probably
and then
get
give
like
it
a
to
whole
Eric.
meal on top
Well,
too.
It's not it's
It's not supplement.
It's,
No, it's
it's
not
Iowa,
decorated.
so I don't think
Nah.
a lot of places do the whole meal like Wisconsin
On top of
does.
it.
No, Iowa's are built for
So-
speed.
They do.
They're built for
Don't,
speed.
you don't have like a burger and
Not on
all
them,
of that?
no.
A chicken.
What a stupid
Yeah.
thing.
At Iowa's, they're built for speed. They're
Okay.
just- here you
Put
go.
it on a plate and give me the fucking Bloody Mary. You're gonna take it all off like an idiot.
It's
No, you
art.
eat it as you drink
It's
it.
Bloody Mary.
No,
art.
you don't.
Yeah, you do.
That's a
You're
Wisconsin
doing it
thing,
wrong.
huh?
It is.
The decorated Bloody Mary.
Oh yeah, you go to like Milwaukee Burger Company and you get everything. You get a burger, you get a cheese curd. It's all of it.
That's how supplement is. You can order a bloody and it's got a full fucking
your whole
cooked
meal.
chicken on it. It's
It might
like,
be a
what the
$15
goddamn-
bloody, but it comes with a
See,
meal.
God
give me a
damn.
pickle, maybe a hot green bean, an olive or two.
Asparagus.
Asparagus, like a hot pickled asparagus, and get
And
me
a
fucked
cheese
up.
stick.
Yeah,
Beef
yeah,
stick.
cheese stick, beef stick, get me fucked up,
Piece of
and I'll
shrimp.
come back and order another one.
Don't give me a 5-course meal on top of it.
I want a piece of shrimp on there because shrimp's good.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Yeah.
I think I've had one Bloody Mary with a piece of shrimp on there, and
It
it,
was
wasn't
fucking
bad.
awesome.
You guys go to Iowa Deer Classic? You guys don't go to Wisconsin.
I never have.
Oh, you guys
What?
need to do Wisconsin.
Oh, I
The
did
Dells.
Oh, I didn't go to the
The
Dells. I went
Dells.
to Deer Fest. I mean, that's where
Yeah, we
Oh,
got to
yeah,
do the
Deer
Dells.
harassed you guys.
You guys do Iowa.
Listen, the Dells was fun.
Dells is fun.
Tugboats? That was fun. Is that what it's called? Tugboats?
Old Tuggers.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a bunch of like Native American bosses there. You know what I'm talking about?
Cartel
I
bosses.
don't.
Are they cartel?
I have no
American
idea.
cartel. We got an Airbnb up at the Dells this year
Sick.
on Lake. What's the lake?
Geneva?
That is
No.
too far south in the state for me, so I don't know anything.
Not Geneva.
To Geneva Convention.
It's the lake in the Dells.
No
Anybody?
fucking idea.
Lake Delton.
Delton?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds
Oh, the
familiar.
Dells.
We're going to go fishing
Yeah, we're gonna go catch
instead of
some
go to the show.
through the ice.
We just don't go to the show. We go fishing.
Just go fishing.
Let's do it. This was fun.
It was.
You
I
guys
enjoyed
come
it.
on our booth while we go fishing.
It's fun.
Yeah, that'd be
Who's
awesome.
gonna take you
I
fishing?
think people would
Us,
riot.
figure it
we'll
out.
wing it.
Okay. Good luck.
What's that?
I think people
I
would
got
riot
this.
if we did that. If you
Worked
let
our
a bunch
booth?
of girls run the booth and you guys go fishing, I think people would riot.
I don't think they'd have that big a problem with it, to be honest.
I don't think they'd care at all.
These people.
When do you have to put a fake mustache
There you
on
go.
though and act like
WCB with tits, nice.
Nice.
We're changing the game.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. Where they
Can't
at,
relate.
actually, I don't care. All right. Sorry we're so vulgar. Thanks for being good sports.
Yeah.
This was
Thanks for
fun.
having us.
Sorry.
Yeah, hey,
I'm
I got to
sorry.
go to Texas.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go to Texas.
Shoot, hog.
I'm not sad about it. I mean, it's just going to be a long night.
It is.
I'm driving to Mr. Joe Humphrey's house right now.
Oh.
Good luck.
Long
Have
night.
fun.
Yeah, right. You have no sympathy for me.
No, I don't.
Zero.
Oh, you got to get up and fly to Texas to kill shit? It's
Yeah,
like-
she's been up for 36 hours, Kurt.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
By the way, it sounds like I'm complaining. Not complaining.
No.
Like, I'm
Sounds
drinking.
like
Must
it's gonna
be
be a lot of fun.
nice.
Yeah, it must be nice. All this easy work. I'm drinking Ignite
Yeah.
right now to prepare my long drive. And I'm
A
gonna
little
call.
nightcap.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna have a good time. Well, thank you guys. Any
Thanks for
last
having us.
words after for this podcast? We'll see you on the next one. See you on another one soon. I'm sure.
So you're inviting us back, is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you guys can come back.
Okay.
Maybe.
You guys passed the test.
Well, not according to Doug.
Hey,
so.
Yeah.
F plus, you passed.
That's not
Cowards.
passing. D
F plus?
D's
D
get
minus.
Okay.
D's get degrees.
C's
C's
get
get
degrees.
degrees.
Listen, this is nerve wracking. Doing
Was this nerve-
something that you've never done before.
You were nervous?
Oh, I was
Oh my
shaking
God.
at the beginning there.
Oh my gosh, I was
Oh,
so
that was
jacked.
real?
Really?
That was
Oh, I
real.
was
Oh, I
so
thought you were
excited.
just fucking with us.
No,
Were you nervous?
That was real.
Yeah, I wanted to like go back on my watch and see what my heart rate was an hour ago because I could feel it. Like,
See, that's a kind of a bummer because I want to put up the vibe that's not a big deal. It's the intro, huh?
No, it's not a big deal. It's just I get really nervous about stuff.
A lot of
You
people
guys get
listen to
nervous
this.
about stuff?
I can't relate. I'm a people
Oh,
person,
yes.
so like I love this stuff.
You get
good. Well, you guys did good.
I get
Well, you've been on the radio.
We just gotta.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
nothing.
She
We've
just
had
one up
people-
She
us.
does a chili cook-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on the board at the chili cook-off. But it's we've had people in here like get like sweaty palm, like but
Super nervous.
I don't know. That to me, it's like fuck. I thought we put off the comfortable vibe, but it's just
Gotta
being.
get
Oh,
the
no,
mic
it's like
rest
comfy
off.
cozy in here. It's just the nerves.
I feel
Well, you're
like-
being recorded, and
Yeah.
yeah,
I
I
also
get it.
feel like I've listened to you guys enough because we've listened since like you've started.
Mm-hmm.
That it's one of those.
Ew.
Things. Like
Thank
I
you.
feel. You're welcome.
We appreciate
I
it.
feel,
You?
Thank you.
I feel like I know you guys, even though like before today was not like this was the first time I actually like met you all.
Yeah,
But I feel like I know you, like because you guys are so real. So
well,
Not to
that's
be
that's
cheesy,
the biggest
but-
compliment for real. It really is. Yeah, that's like really how we want to come
Eric's a
across.
phony.
I just want my biggest thing is I don't want to be somebody that we're not on record than
Oh,
as
right.
we are off record.
Oh no.
You know,
You guys are the same people in this studio as you are
Yeah, she was
out
gonna say ATA.
at the bar or
Thank you.
at the shows. It's you're the same people, and that's what's cool about it.
Well,
That's
thank
why
you.
I like listening to you guys as opposed to like these guys are like
bunch of fags
big
over there.
hunters.
you guys
Yeah.
are legit.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome. I hope you guys
Yeah,
come
you guys
back.
are awesome.
Hope
Thanks for coming.
I feel bad that I have to leave after this, but next time come back and then I'll we'll tear up the bar here at the studio.
You
and-
got cool shit to do, so
Yeah, we can't be mad about that.
Yeah, I know. When we adjusted dates to make it work and all that, so I appreciate that. And sorry, but we'll do it again.
Okay.
We'll see you guys during trade show season. We'll have a beer there or a bloody,
Half one.
A bloody beer.
bloody
Most
beer.
blooded, it's fine.
I was pour a bunch of Busch Light in it.
Oh,
Doug, you got anything?
Thanks for coming.
thanks for having us.
Good luck next season.
You too.
Thank you.
thanks.
Same. Good luck.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
You too.
Curtis, anything?
Cool.
Glad to be here.
You know what to do. Go shoot your bow. We love you. Peace.
You.